Release the hostages. Nobody's going to worry over kidnapping charges. The most you're going to get is 5 years. You get out in 1 year, huh?
Kiss me, yeah.
What?
Kiss me. When I'm being fucked, I like to get kissed a lot.
Come on.
You're a city cop, right? Robbing a bank's a federal offense. They got me on kidnapping, armed robbery. They're going to bury me, man. I don't want to talk to somebody who's trying to calm me. Get somebody in charge here.
I am in charge.
I don't want to talk to some flunky pig trying to calm me.
You don't have to be calling.
What's he doing?
Will you get back over there?
What are you over there for?
Will you get the fuck back there? Get back there.
What's he doing? Look at him with it.
Get over there.
Go on back there, man.
Get over there, will you?
He wants to kill me so bad he can taste it.
I'm always going to kill you.
Attica!
Will you?
I can't afford the chick that got the best of me last winter. What will it take to have the confidence of politicians who cross around the state inside a shouter and a whisper? The wait is all this to consider. So trim away the flat, let the space allow the blister. Like minutes I'm awake to navigate the shuttle. My lessons to connect gave me a break for all my trouble. The wait is on us to consider the together, the two lashes I to give into the wish I will break. I last to the finish. Get yourself together, got to sit from what you're giving.
Ron and Fez show. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. I'm Ron this Fezzy.
Hiya, buddies.
Earl Douglas back. You made it through yesterday, Earl?
Oh yeah, with flying colors. I got my 65, and I'm back and ready to rock.
Just barely got through, like the old days, like high school.
Yeah, I'm like, it's like, yeah, you passed, but it could use some improvement.
So proud of his 65.
Well, I heard Earl. Now, we gave him what? We gave him 2s. You gave yourself a 3.1. What did you get overall?
It was like a 3.2, I believe.
So, basically, Wiki thinks you're doing an average job.
Yes. He was.
Wow, this is shocking how the American workforce has fallen to what Earl does is now considered average.
These are the standards we all must live with.
All right, let me check with the writer. Ryder, how did you make out yesterday?
3.9 Ronnie B. It's all good under the sunset for the Midnight Rider. Thank you, Daddy.
Wow. So big raise for you, Ryder?
No raise, Ron and Fez.
No more silver dollars? No extra silver dollars?
Not quite yet.
How could you come in at a 3.9 and not pick up a raise?
There was some complications with the whole raise and evaluations and whatnot. I started a little bit. Few months later, I wasn't eligible for a raise, so to speak.
All right, let's go over to Earl Douglas.
Mr. Average.
Earl, I know you didn't get a raise last year.
This is true.
So you're still at starting salary.
Yes.
Yesterday, what percentage did you get as a raise?
Well, I got nothing. I got no raise.
Really?
A 0.0 on the raise?
0.0.
Did you ask?
Yes, I did. And the response was, right now. It's like, no, right now, but we'll talk about it later. But so right now, 0.
I heard just the opposite. I heard you didn't ask.
That you didn't have the nerve to bring it up.
Well, I eventually brought it up, and it was just like, well, we must.
Not at the sit down. You brought it up at a different time.
At a different time.
That's where you fucked up. You sat at the negotiating table, and he put out, Earl doesn't want to raise, and went on his merry way. So that money goes right into his pocket.
So what did you do? Just call him later and ask for a raise on the phone?
I basically was like, oh, by the way.
Oh, that's so bad, Earl. That's so weak. Oh, now that we're not face-to-face, I think I can have the courage to ask you for a raise.
It was just, I was frankly so stunned just to get out of that meeting with my eye.
Being fired?
Yes. It didn't even occur to me. It's like, oh my God, I forgot to ask for my raise.
That is Earl's version of actually getting a raise, is not being fired.
He gets another day or two on the job.
Yeah. Now, did you lead with the fact that you're a minority? I'd get that right out there.
You know what was funny? The room where we had the evaluation was so dark. He was straining to see me.
Earl,
it wasn't that it was dark. You just happened to suck up light. And that has nothing to do with it. That's physics, my friend.
And it was just, and I had the hot lights on me. It was like an interrogation. It was just
now, is it dark or you have hot lights? Which one happened?
No, but that was the thing, though. It was like, there's this big light over me, but everything was just like cloaked in shadow.
You know it wasn't.
I know.
You know it wasn't. It's only in his mind.
That's where you should have crossed your legs, like the basic instinct.
He says that his main thing is that you need help and not feigning. That's one of the places that you can improve. Consciousness seems to be a rough spot for you.
See, feigning was one of the review categories, and Earl thought, yes, I do that a lot. That's all 5s for me.
I'm getting the help on the feigning.
How's that?
Well, actually, Dr. Steve has been a great help with that.
And what did he do?
Oh, he told me a few things, and
don't faint.
And certain medications he suggested I take.
Medications?
What medications are you on?
Go through my pocket. Oh, mine make you faint.
You want to faint.
Here's Marty. Marty, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, Barney. Hi, buddy.
Hey, Barney.
He thought he called the Barney Show.
Doesn't Earl get a raise for the fact that he gets to work the evening show also? Didn't he get paid like double for that?
Yeah, but that was from a different company.
That doesn't matter. He's rich. He can live in New York. He's fine.
Yeah, he's doing okay for himself, but he would like a raise from this. I mean, obviously, he's not happy with either salary, so it really takes both of them to put him on the poverty level.
And the thing is, I think, is you go through one review and you don't get a raise, you gotta be thinking, all right, well, this review is it.
Yeah.
I definitely have to be able to get a bump here.
But then you also have to go back and remember the type of work that he's done.
Yeah.
And you're just barely staying above water, Earl.
But I will admit it, there's areas that I need improvement on.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I can't even see you today. I don't know what's going on with the lighting, but it's impossible for me to see you.
He just leaned closer to you like that was going to help. Let me move in, please. The only hope for you yesterday, Earl, is that Wiki would have gotten hit with a brick and gotten amnesia and couldn't remember your last year of work.
He did have that checklist in front of him with that whoever wrote that. And there was some things he was just like he was shaking his head, and then there was other things he was laughing out loud.
Sure.
I'm just sitting there going, "Oh my God, help me!"
Pretty much feels like me. Either I think it's funny or I'm disgusted by it. The Earl Douglas story. Oh, you're doing okay, Earl. By the way, we opened the show today with Dog Day Afternoon. Have you seen it yet?
I have not seen Dog Day Afternoon yet. I have the DVD.
Who gave you those? Eastside Dave gave them?
Eastside Dave loaned me Dog Day Afternoon before he left.
Bring it back tomorrow, because that's just ridiculous. It just infuriates me to know that sits there on top of your TV while you're crying about who got voted off American Idol. I cannot go on like this anymore.
I've been planning on watching it, and a lot of times I just forget that it's there. It is sitting on the DVD player, ready to be popped in. I'm going to do it this weekend. I'm going to watch it this weekend, I'm sure.
Well, you know what? Then get in a time machine, go back to 74, and find people to discuss it with. Hey, you know it's a hell of a film, don't you? That Dog Day Afternoon. I don't understand people like this. I don't get it at all.
Well, I've never seen E.T.
Really?
Never seen E.T.
All right, I'm going to get E.T. for you. Just don't cry when he dies. Everything's going to be fine. I don't want you to start sobbing during the bad parts.
Gave away the ending.
If this was 82, you would have every right to yell in my face. Look at the calendar. What year is it?
It's 2007.
25 years, and you're telling me I gave away the ending. I don't want to give away the ending of the Civil War, Earl, but you're here with us. That's the part that freaks me out. That's the part that gets to me. Pitsy, you got a major film that you missed?
I never seen Raging Bull, ever.
All right, I can't be here. I'm leaving. Everybody have a great show today. I'm going to leave and find some people that watch films.
Don't leave. Don't leave. But especially when I tell you I haven't seen Raging Bull either. The list of great movies.
Yet the other night, you told us Marty Scorsese is the greatest New York director ever. How could you even sit and say that?
Well, I've seen other things that Martin Scorsese's done.
What?
Goodfellas, I saw.
One.
Yeah,
All right, wait a minute. I just got this. He says you have Taxi Driver.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he also
there's the third you haven't seen.
Right, I haven't seen Taxi Driver.
How does this guy get to be your favorite director when you haven't seen any of his films?
Well, the ones that I've seen, I've liked. I've seen The Departed, and I've seen Goodfellas.
Departed just came out 3 months ago. So up to this point, you were 1-0 with Marty Scorsese.
Yeah, but loved it.
Yet he's your favorite of all time. Happy Typing Girl tells me she hasn't seen Deer Hunter. What happens to this world? What happens to this planet? You realize there's 24 hours in a day. To me, this is like saying, I never heard the White Album. What exactly happens there? Tell me more about the Beatles. Here's Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
You know, I always wanted to see this movie. I caught the end of it the other day, but I totally never seen Mean Street.
And yet you managed to watch the last 10 minutes of one of the greatest films of all time.
I saw the end, yeah.
Never saw Godfather. Well, caught the end of it. Why was Michael mad at all those other families? Why did he have all those people killed? Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Fez.
I've never seen Titanic.
I give you all the credit in the world for that one. I wish I could say the same thing. I wish I could have ducked that. Dan, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, I just heard Stalker Fez. I was planning on watching it, but I haven't got a chance to. Back to the Future.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers. I've been planning on watching it with my cat, Stalker Kitty.
I do not sound like Stalker Patty. People are just exaggerating that.
No, you sound exactly like her, and the only difference is Stalker Patty has better taste in films. Now, Fez hasn't seen these films, but he's watched Wrath of Khan like 700 times while he dresses up in a uniform like that.
If it's on, I'll watch it. If I run across it.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Howdy, boys.
Yeah.
I got one you ever seen. Birth of a Nation. I can't seem to catch that playing in any theaters.
For me, it's the funniest film I've ever seen in my life. Have you seen it, Earl?
Yes, it was required viewing in my film class when I was in high school.
Sure, you should see all the great comedies.
No, it was maybe one of the most racist films ever put on celluloid. It's hilarious in how racist it is.
Yeah, I'd like to bring it back as a musical. Lynch him. And, back then it was just put out like it was a positive thing. Like the KKK are watching our backs.
Yeah, there's this one sequence where I think they were actually like black congressmen, but they have no shoes on and they're eating watermelon in the galleys. I mean, and they're all bug-eyed. I mean, it was so blatantly racist.
That was Obama. You were watching CNN.
In 2008.
Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, buddies. I've never seen Rain Man, and I get shit for it all the time.
Yeah, I can't understand people. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of the Star Wars or Lord of the Rings.
All right, I'll just give one thing away from you. That one guy you're afraid of, it's his dad. And that's the only thing I'm going to tell you. Lord of the Rings are coming back with the Hobbit movie, but no Peter Jackson.
Yeah, Peter Jackson, for some reason, not attached to the Hobbit, and like the Lord of the Rings fans, furious about it.
Well, it's not just for some reason. He's claimed that New Line has ripped him off for a lot of money over the years, that a lot of those checks haven't showed up his way. New Line said when he lost his weight, he lost his talent, which I don't know if I necessarily agree with. Sammy, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, buddies?
Yeah.
I never saw Grease.
Really?
Never. Everyone laughs at me. Family and friends can't believe it. I never saw Grease start to finish.
How's that Grease TV show doing, Fez?
You know what? I don't know how it's doing in the ratings. I don't think it's doing very well.
Yeah. So it's like American Idol, but at the end of it, you're in Grease, but not the movie, the play.
Yeah, you get to go to Broadway and you get the leads in Grease.
We have the craziest country anymore. We will eventually. Running for president will come down to some kind of talent contest where instead of having an election, we'll just have all the people we have now. And then every week, another one gets voted out by the country until finally we come up with our favorite. It might work better. It might keep people's attention.
Voting turnout would be huge.
And a lot of times it'll be like, can you get to the other city in time and figure out the clues? That'll be the people that we'll vote for. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ashamed to say it, buddies, I have never seen the Blue Lagoon.
I never made it through that film without jacking off, so I understand. I've never seen the end of it. I really only get to where Brooke discovers her titties. And at that point, I'm like, that's enough for me. Like any porno, it's always embarrassing to watch once you're finished. You really can't sit there.
The 7 minutes worth.
Yeah. Ron Jeremy was in today with WNEW, Fezzy, and I was hoping you would do a run-in and compare backs. I would love for you to get your hedgehog back against his.
If I lose the hedgehog back hair competition to Ron Jeremy, then I'm just another species. Then I should just turn in my human card.
How would you lose? Is it more or less?
You would lose by having more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
by being even hairier.
I would consider that the winner. And I'd put my money down on you to win that one.
You're just being kind to me.
Well, you are my partner.
Because I'm half animal with this back of mine.
Stop putting yourself down. There's plenty of things you can do. I can't come up with them now, but I am going to find some. You know where your dish is. When it's lunchtime. And I go, where's your dish? And you push it back in here with your nose. So there's lots of things you're learning.
I just want something in it.
Yeah.
That's all I want.
Did you see the Lost last night?
Yeah.
With the bear thing when they ran the preview thing and he goes, I figured it out. He said, well, the Bears did it in 2 hours. How many were there? I like that attitude. Stay on top of it. Let me go over here to Andrew. Andrew, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. I've never seen Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Now, I went with Eastside Dave. I took him to see Raiders of the Lost Ark. They released it like one night only at a theater right around the corner here. And then Karen Allen came out to talk to us about Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nice.
And it was the middle-aged geek fest. It was all these guys, middle-aged fat guys carrying toys, and they all got to ask questions. So that was, as embarrassing as it can get. And Eastside, of course, goes, we got to be front row for this. It's the only way to see it. This movie is so embarrassingly bad. There may only be 8 lines of dialogue. You don't remember that from before, but he's just going from one bizarre chase to the other, and there's no reasons for it.
Right. I haven't seen that one since it was in the theater the first time out.
How old are you?
So I cannot, it's
you saw that on your 40th birthday.
I was not 40 when I went to see the premiere of Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Let's talk to our best friend in the world, Mikey Boy. How are you, Mikey?
Good, guys. I have never actually seen Gone with the Wind. I own it on DVD. I just can't bring myself to sit down and watch it.
It is a nightmare. It goes on and on and on. I don't want to give it away for it, but we win.
Oh, cool.
And then it comes back to haunt us because Earl gets a job with us. Hey, yesterday I'm walking in here. Stalker hanging around out front, which I hate when people hang out front looking for you. But I think his name was Evil Pete or Evil
Ed?
Evil Ed? Is that it?
Oh, Jesus.
He was some evil. And Mikey, he wants to fight you in the ring.
I've heard about that.
He said you stop so many of his threads. He wants to get in the ring and fight with you.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So be very careful.
All right.
Look over your shoulder at all times.
I saw him down there. I told him to email Earl to set it up so that it'll just go away.
Yeah, sure. That's always the best idea. Get to Earl, and then he'll talk to us about it.
Right, yeah, please. Just please go through these lines of communication so we'll set it all up.
I've been doing that with my mom lately. I go, please, get a hold of Earl, and then I figure out when I can come and visit you. I don't hear back from him, and I'll just give a click. It's got to be done that way. Evil Ed, it is.
Yeah, I think it's Evil Ed.
He looks so much like Evil Pete. I get those two so confused.
The Evil Brothers.
You ever see the Gone with the Wind?
No, I've never seen Gone with the Wind.
Earl?
No, I've never seen it from start to finish. I always catch like the tail end of it. I never.
You and Fez need to put on a couple bonnets, some of those old dresses, and sit down and watch it together. Or Earl, take off your shoes and run for Congress. Talk to you later, Mikey.
See you guys.
All right, bye. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
Fucking Goodfellas. Never seen it. I hear all the references on O&A all the time.
Dave,
never actually seen the movie.
Turn off your radio. You have zero in common with us now. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
29,875, my brothers.
All right, brother, man.
Hoo-ah! I've never seen Pulp Fiction.
Never
cared to see it, never saw it.
Go get with Dave in the corner of shame. I don't know what to say. Now, why would you say I never want to say it?
I just don't buy the hair on, what's his name, the black guy. Just looks too fake.
All right, Sam Jackson wearing a wig keeps you away. A 70s wig keeps you away from the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bill.
What if he has any problems with Travolta's hair in there?
You see, this is what you sound like to me. You see how crazy he says? That's what you sound like when you tell me you don't watch these other films.
Maybe this is what I'll do now that football season's over.
Why don't you do the same thing Hunter Thompson did?
What's that?
Put the gun up to your head.
No, I'm not going to kill myself.
Say goodbye.
No.
I'll get you a cute little girl's gun. You can shoot yourself right in the brain. Actually, even better, brain dead. To me, that would be the perfect thing. Brain dead. Just no thoughts whatsoever. That sounds relaxing.
See, I wouldn't want to be hooked up to all the tubes and everything.
How would you know? Your brain has to tell you you're hooked up to anything.
I know, but I still feel like there'd be some way where I'd figure it out.
Fez, your brain doesn't work. You can't figure anything out. You're Play-Doh. And didn't you ever look at Play-Doh and go, oh, that's the life. Just sitting there as gooey Play-Doh.
No, it sits in a can all day.
I will promise you this, Fez, that if anything, God forbid, or heaven forbid, as you say, happens to you, I will make sure I harvest every one of your organs. I will piece you out like an old junk Chevy.
No, I'm not an organ donor, and I want to have all my stuff when I get buried.
I will finally end up selling your skin. That will be the very last thing that I have. We'll just be skinning you.
For a girl suit. Diamond shapes.
What I could do is just sell you back to Ron Jeremy in case he ever needs to wash his.
He's not going to need a spare hairy back.
What we could do is, what I could do, actually I might even do this anyway, is move your nipples to your back and say that's Ron Jeremy's chest.
If I could get away with it, I would. Something has to be done about this hairy back.
No, it looks fantastic.
No, it's getting worse because the shoulders now, it actually looks like I have shoulder pads, like I'm wearing epitaphs without a shirt.
Wow.
It's just piling up.
It's matted is what it is.
Yeah. And, of course, this time of year with static electricity, it's all standing on end, too.
Let me take you into the Jersey swamps and just get a picture of you walking naked, but looking over your shoulder, and see if I can't sell it as Bigfoot.
I am not a Sasquatch, Ron.
Give me some fuzzy film. Would you do that for me, Earl?
Not grainy enough.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddy, did I just hear Fez say he's wearing epithets on his shoulders?
Yeah, I didn't understand
That's
it.
it's epaulets, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea what he was talking about.
Wrong word.
I just looked at him and went, if I stop him and say anything, it throws him into that shame spin that he won't seem to get out of.
That's right, and I donate my prize to you, Ron.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. Now, separately from that, I'm 46 years old. I was 18 in 1978, college age. I have never seen Animal House.
What kept you away from Animal House?
I just never got around to it. Very busy guy.
Very busy. Really, Fezzy, the last 30 years just have had him down.
That's extremely busy to miss that.
We did a show one time with the band here, which is really only one guy now. What's his name? Is it Otis Day?
Otis Day.
So yeah. Otis Day comes in looking like he's spent every day since 78 around the pipe. So he says to me, this is my backup singer and my sister, right? He introduced her. Later, I see the two of them making out. And I'm going, I just hope the sister part is a joke.
So that's how it is in the Day family.
That's how it is in all those families. And I'm winking at you, Earl, because you're the one who knows.
I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Thank you, Black Sergeant Schultz.
That was the best thing to do, Earl, when you were little. Just put the pillow over your head and pretend you couldn't hear your sisters crying.
This is my brother-nephew.
JD, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, I've never seen Planet of the Apes. The ending's been spoiled for me, so I figured there's no point.
Well, the new Planet of the Apes came and went pretty quick, didn't it?
Yeah, we never got the sequels with that were talked about when it first came out. The Marky Mark Planet of the Apes.
Oscar nominee Marky Mark went to Planet of the Apes. Boy, did he walk through that film.
Oh, yeah. The man went through that entire film. We never saw a shocked reaction to a planet run by talking apes. It never fazed him.
Earl, did you see this film, the second Planet of the Apes?
Yes, I did.
At one point, there were a couple of little apes in loose basketball gear shooting hoops. And I'm like, I don't know whether this is going to turn into a riot right now.
Yeah, I saw that in the theater, and
were you clapping when your side won?
No, I was. There were a couple of oh no, he didn't do that.
Do me a favor, don't step on the boys laughing. I finally get a laugh on the show. I want them to feel free to go on.
I'm sorry.
That was the one thing that wasn't changed in that Planet of the Apes. Like, the architecture is all different, the clothing is different, except when it came to little apes playing basketball. Basketball uniforms exactly the same.
Yeah.
The hoop exactly the same as on our planet.
And the kid had on the back of his shirt Jay-Z, which I thought was just fucking wrong. The other had Cedric the Entertainer. Teabagger, you're on Ron and Fez.
3209, buddy.
All right.
Hoo-ah! Fezzy, can you explain to me what a Sasquatch is?
Sasquatch.
What is it again?
Sasquatch.
What the fuck is that?
It's a Bigfoot.
Ron, how can you sit next to him?
It's what I do. It's what I do, and I'm trying not to correct, because I'll tell you the truth, this always gets on your nerves when you find out you've been living in your own world, right?
Oh, yeah, where I just find out that something I have said, that it's not a pillow, it's a pillow, it's not a pitcher, it's a pitcher, it's, you know.
And the way that he pronounced Negro actually almost got us thrown off the air. So we have to be very, very careful with him.
So every day is like a new little treasure box that I get to open up of some new pronunciation that I had no idea. The correct pronunciation, but one I wasn't aware of.
A new what?
Pronunciation.
Pronunciation. It's a new pronunciation.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers. It's a foundling. It's a new pronunciation I have right now.
I don't hear this patty thing everyone keeps talking about.
Yeah, you're molding on us. Oh, by the way, Earl got into a fucking thing during a live read that he knew nothing about last night with that painting that was just insanity. And I was laughing so hard because I'm going, good, you don't fucking prepare us. Now you sit and drowned in it.
Thephotofiddle.com.
What did he end up saying it was, though?
Oh, so just real quick, it's a website where you can send in a photo and they'll make it look like a painting.
Yeah.
And Ronnie goes, how is this possible? Morphing.
He says it morphs.
It morphs.
And I go, morphs out. And then Eastside Dave comes in and just goes like this. Machines. Machines are making this happen. You are the fucking dunce squad over there, and I love it when it's not Fez reading those things, because I refuse to ever take the lead in a fucking commercial read. I just cannot live with myself. Here's what you need to do, everybody. This Valentine's Day, you want to start and morph your lover's painting into I'm not going to do it. My only part of that is going to be in the background going, how's that work, Fez? What's that number again?
Morph. 1-800-MORPH.
Shane, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, I haven't ever seen The Shining. And tell Patty over there he needs to learn how to talk.
All right, Patty, don't worry about them.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers from Roosevelt Island.
Again, I just don't hear it. I don't hear the connection.
It sounds like your tongue is snowboarding sometimes. That's what it basically sounds like.
Snowboarding?
I'm just trying to speak in a language that the kids can understand. I'm going after the extreme kids. Jeremy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Patty. I've never seen Caddyshack.
All right, now that's Paulo's big movie, and actually the last film that he was involved in before Gap.
Yeah, as an actor in several scenes in Caddyshack.
See if Paulo's going to be up here for the big-ass bash. Would you do that for me?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, I will, sir. All right, and after that, I want you to resign from the military. I don't know when you became a sergeant of arms for me, yes! But Earl, I like it. Normally he's so mad. Normally you have no energy, and then suddenly you snap to attention.
Everything is nuts around here. Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
Maybe I hear it around the yeah.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
But other than that, it's just being completely exaggerated.
There's a secret producer out there who tries to catch Fez in his Patty voice, because it doesn't happen all the time.
I want to know who the secret producer is, who's sending this stuff, who's gathering it, who's listening so closely to every Patty-like moment.
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Guys, look, I'm a white guy trying to celebrate Black History Month, and I feel so inept because I've never seen Scarface.
Well, the beautiful thing about that is there's not one black person in Scarface, and yet all the rappers love him.
You know, it's funny. I'm just thinking about it because even the Cuban guys, they were played by white guys.
Sure.
They had Robert Loggia, who's doing a really bad Cuban accent.
Bad? I thought he was fantastic.
And F. Murray Abraham was in that, and he's doing the bad Cuban. But I can't remember any black guys in the movie.
Yeah, they decided to hire all white guys, and I was listening to the director say this, and he said he wanted to make sure that the cast show up for work every day. So they went, let's...
Oh, okay.
Just teach. And even in the other Carlito's Way, you're basically looking at an Italian guy playing Spanish.
Yeah, I never saw Carlito's Way.
You're fucking kidding me, right?
No.
What do? Spend all your life eating chicken livers?
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
Why would I spend all my time doing that?
I have no idea. I didn't grow up with you. I don't know what it's like to grow up in the islands. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
It's Roosevelt Island.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, buddies, how you doing?
Yeah.
Never saw A Clockwork Orange.
Well, I've never made it past the rape scene with that either. I would love. To this day, I hear Singing in the Rain. I get wood. I would love to go back and see that film again. Just fantastic. Never saw it?
Never saw Clockwork Orange.
Well, we're droogies. So after this is over, me and the boys are going to hit you in the head with a milk bottle.
I'd rather you didn't, please.
You've never seen any of these films?
No. It's just hideous, this list of mine that I haven't seen.
Yet you claim to have seen every single episode of Three's Company.
Oh, yeah. All the seasons, yes.
And you would just sit there, watching every day, eating chicken livers.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers. I didn't snack on chicken livers.
I thought your dad used to give them to you.
He used to try. I never cared for them.
Oh, why isn't that drop longer then?
I'd spit them out.
You need to see some of these films, Fez.
I'm going to. Turning over a whole new film leaf.
Who cares, though? Now, at this point in your life, who cares? You know what you're like? You're like one of those old ladies who goes, I'm going to go back to college now that my husband's dead. And they want everybody else to be thrilled. Where really people are going, you fucked up the class. We should have a nice, young, fun class. And then you're sitting there, Grandma, going, back in my day, what we used to do was the Lindy.
They're always the ones asking the questions. Yeah, and it doesn't work. I can't come into work on Monday and go, have any of you seen Taxi Driver? It's just not going to have the effect.
That is funny, though, that the old lady's always asking the questions and acting like we're all lucky to be here. Just shut up, Grandma. We're trying to get out with no homework.
Yeah, they're the ones that are there to learn. Sickening.
Scott, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I wanted to say, Fez, I think that nasty, gnarled chap lip is making the pronunciation even worse.
Are you still using your bomb there?
Yeah, I got my bomb. I've been using it, and it's really working.
All right, Melinda gave this to you. Let me take a look at it, Fez.
Here you go.
I'd never heard of this before. You said it came from a real nice store?
Yeah, it's from the Mac store.
The what?
The Mac store.
All right, it's called Jizz Wax. Now, what exactly, is it just flavored, or is it made from that? I don't know how it works.
Read again. I don't think it's called Jizz Wax.
Smells like chlorine to me.
There's some special ingredient in there that's supposed to help fill in the cracks.
Cracks.
On my lips.
Oh, I thought you meant ass. I honestly did.
My lip cracks.
All right, this says, and you've been using this for how long?
24 hours now since Melinda gave it to me.
Have you read this at all?
No.
Do not apply to mouth area. Why would you put this on?
It's supposed to be for lips. That is my mouth area.
All right, this says it costs $165 for this little tube.
Oh, that's good.
How much?
Jizz wax.
Delicious. You almost
top of the line.
You almost stopped yourself from saying it because it sounded so stupid, right?
It sounded so awful, yes.
That's good jizz wax. How much money is Anthony spending? This chicken just throw away this kind of money on Fez.
I don't think Anthony knows she bought that.
No, I don't think he has any idea what that girl's spending money on.
He's not seeing that receipt. She's in charge of the books, you know.
You bought Fez what? There you go. There's your jizz. Oh, how can you be that uncoordinated? I throw him a little tube of jizz wax, and he almost falls out of his chair.
The chair has wheels on it, and it went out from under me.
This is why when I take him to Yankee Stadium, I won't go any further than 10 feet off the ground. I have got to keep him close enough he won't break his neck.
And when the chair starts to go, I kind of panic that I'm going to, tumble the rest of the way down.
Yeah, you could fall a foot.
It's still a height. Just fear of heights doesn't mean skyscrapers. It's height in any length.
Here's XM Nation. You're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, we've never seen the Toots Shore documentary.
You would love it.
No humans have. It's been seen by me, Fez, and Toots' granddaughter. And Woody Allen, who was there with us that night.
That was a great night.
Yeah.
Woody Allen, Sun Yi.
I wish I had an ashtray to remember the night with.
I gave you one for Christmas.
And Fez sat there. I mean, what do you eat when you go to the movies, Earl?
Popcorn.
I always have popcorn, too. I smell something awful. I turn around. Fez is eating chicken livers.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
Didn't eat any chicken livers there.
Why don't when we do this big-ass bash there, you and Stalker Patty do that impression of the Lennon sisters, where the two of you are singing songs from the 1940s.
I'm not singing sitting under the apple tree with Patty.
Earl, anyway, when we do the big-ass bash, you can come out in whiteface.
No, I will not come out in whiteface.
And sing Mother. Instead of Mammy, come out and sing Mother, the way it should have been done.
Very formal.
Mother.
You are going to perform from Dreamgirls, though, right, Earl?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I'm performing, and I'm not telling you I'm not going.
What was her name in that?
Effie.
Effie, which was short for fucky. That's the way her little sister couldn't say fucky, and used to call her Effie. Earl, how's that song go? Do you even know?
What, and I'm not telling you.
Yeah.
It's like, and I'm not telling you that I'm not going.
I want every single word, too. At first, I wanted to start with Fez firing you, and then I want you to run after him yelling that. And then I'm going to show up and say, Fez, this is the baby you had from Earl. And that's the end of the film.
And I'll just look at that baby and notice something familiar about it.
And now, you went to see this film, Fez.
Yeah, Dreamgirls.
And yet, you've never seen Mean Streets.
Never seen Mean Streets, no.
And, wow, where's this accident at? What the hell happened there?
I don't know what that is.
He put a TV on it. It looks like a building ran off the road. Is that a bus?
It looks like a semi. But
no, that's a hole. That is definitely not a semi. That's the whole damn thing.
But there's a lot more to it there. There's so much wreckage. Multi-tanker accident near Kansas City, Missouri.
Wow.
So it's a couple tankers, if not more.
Well, the tankers were filled with chicken livers. You ever have any of those?
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
This mystery producer listens so closely to his radio. At every time that Fez talks like Patty, he isolates it and sends it to me.
I am trying to figure out who this is. Who's someone that just has so much damn time on their hands that they can sit there and listen and try to think, oh, did that sound like Patty? Did that sound like Patty?
I told you he came from Florida.
Right. So I've got a couple of ideas.
Cliff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies. Never saw Brokeback Mountain.
Fez cried at the poster. Why was that, Fez?
Well, it's just such a touching poster.
Sure. You know, if anything ever happens at all, ever, to the Midnight Rider, I'm going to give you his bloody shirt to smell. So that way you can always remember the times that you two had together.
Up on Brokeback.
You know, everybody act like they were shocked by that film, but those guys were off on their own. No chicks around.
Oh, right, yeah. All they had was each other anyway.
I mean, I think, sooner or later, you're going to turn gay. Now, I don't think it's going to happen in the first 3 weeks for most people. But if you were going, wait, it's just me and you, I think there's a time limit before the guy's going to go, I got to fucking do something to keep myself going.
It was either going to be each other or the sheep in that movie.
Earl, how long for you?
Years. I would.
How many years?
30.
All right, so
when you're 70,
what's going to happen when Earl can no longer get it up? He will turn gay. That's going to be so frustrating for you. So now here's the thing, Earl. You act like that would frustrate you. You've only slept with how many women now?
5.
Oh, you're up one since the last time we talked, huh?
Yeah, 5 total.
How old were you the first time?
21. I was a late bloomer.
Yeah, you were later. And was that with a white girl or black girl?
White chick.
All right. How many white girls, how many black girls?
3 to 2. White.
3
black.
white. All right, so as far as I'm concerned, you've only slept with 3 women. Now, let's go back.
Are we winning or losing that one?
Wait a minute.
Well, ask the fathers. I say the fathers will say losing. Did you ever meet any of the fathers of the white girl?
No, I have not.
That sounds like a reality series, Fathers of the White Girls.
I think that's interesting, though, because if you really think of how many women you've been with that you haven't met the fathers, it's interesting. So you couldn't, right? Every single time. It was really to get back at Dad, every girl that you fucked.
No, it wasn't to get back
I'll
at Dad.
teach you. Now, did you meet the black fathers?
No.
All right, so you've never met a father?
I've never met a father.
Just not around, or what?
Hey.
But yeah. Hey, went running. Here's Alan. Well, Alan, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey.
Yeah.
This is Alan.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what was up with Fez. Is it lip balm, as in like a bomb exploding on his lip, or is it lip balm?
How do you say, Fez?
Lip balm. How did that sound?
Yeah, I like bomb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just call it jizz wax, and you're going to be fine with it.
I don't want to call it that because I don't want to go into the Mac store and ask for more.
You need to wax your lips with jizz.
It's a hydrant.
Why does it, this is the thing, and I don't want to say anything to Melinda because she's so nice, but why would it come in a dick-shaped tube? That's what I did not understand about it.
I think any tube's going to be dick-shaped just by nature.
This is what you're dick-shaped like, you poor little thing.
I didn't say I got the large.
Yeah. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Never seen the Die Hard movies.
Not one of them, huh?
Not one.
No, you're a guy that doesn't like, you don't like the action films, or you don't like Bruce?
No, I'm 22 years old. I've got a problem watching 80s movies and sometimes even 90s movies. I don't know. It's just
you could only watch movies from today.
Pretty much, yeah. And I'm a big movie buff, so that's what.
How could you be? Now, do you like movies from the 40s and the 50s?
Yeah. To be honest with you, sometimes.
What did you do in the 80s and 90s?
He was a child.
Yeah,
he's only 22 now.
I was getting my diapers changed and shit.
You missed all that?
Yeah, I missed the age.
You know what you got to do is listen.
Yeah, I should.
You listen when other people talking, and then you're able to react to them. How did you call here? On a phone of some sort? Who are you?
Where are these voices coming from?
You ever watch any of those really old movies like the 40s, like the Jimmy Cagney, and you see New York, and you see all the buildings, and then you think to yourself, everyone there is dead. Everyone walking down the street. I know that building, and yet it's all ghosts, all dead people there.
I think about that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then one day, Fez, you're going to be dead.
I know. That's what dawns on me, that I'm going to die. There's no stopping it.
Yeah.
It always hits me right before I go to sleep at night, when I'm in my bed with the covers pulled up.
That's the best time. That's the best time to think about death, right as you're trying to lose consciousness.
I have no choice in it of when that thought comes and grabs me.
Well, you do have a choice about one thing, is when and how you die. You ought to do it now while you're still ready, while you're still beautiful.
I'm not ready, and I don't think this is the time to die.
But here's the thing. It's not like you have other things left to do. You haven't done anything up to this point. You've basically wasted what could be considered the first half of your life.
I know, but what happens if all of a sudden one Saturday I just get a bug up my ass and I'm like, I'm going to start doing stuff?
If you get a dick up your ass and you just start... Huh?
A bug up my ass.
Earl, play that back. I'm pretty sure he said dick up his ass. What did he say? You were listening.
Sounded like a dick.
All right, thank you, Earl.
Earl, you sound like a dick.
All right, let's get back to this. You think at some point you could get a bug up your ass.
Right.
Or what we call HIV. And you're going to decide to start... What do you do? You're all panicking now thinking about dying?
Yeah.
I'm watching you pulling at yourself.
I know. I'm like, now I can't get comfortable at all in this death skin.
It is. It's going to eventually die. I can't wait.
It's dying as we speak.
No. I can't wait.
You know, as you get older.
I think it's going to be so relaxing. Or else just fiery hell. I'm not sure which it'll be.
Are you still talking about me?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Here's Sean. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey, Fez. How you doing?
None of your business.
None of my business. Hey, I've never seen It's a Wonderful Life. I've owned it for 5 years.
Yeah, you haven't missed anything. I know people consider it a classic. I just find it just monotonous.
The only thing I watch It's a Wonderful Life for is Grown Up Alfalfa from the Little Rascals.
Yeah, that's great when you say him. Then you can tell your friends, that's Alfalfa right there.
That's the only thing worth watching it for.
Well, let me look around. Have you ever done this like with a chick, though, where you're like, watch a movie and you try to get her to watch something and you see she's not interested? Then I have no time for her after that. You're going, shh, careful. This is where Michael finds out that he does love his dad. She's like, I don't know. Is there anything else on? Gone.
Now listen really carefully to what he says here.
Terry, I know. It's terrible when you find out people don't share your passions. Terry, you're on Ron and Fez. Terry, go ahead. Lost you. It was a good Fez line, too. I hate to lose those. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron. Hey,
Yeah.
Jizwax. I've never seen the Paul O movie.
Well, it is coming out. When do we have the theater rented for?
Ready, late spring, early summer at this point.
What are we, Indians? We don't use dates. We just go by the when the snows start to melt. That's when we move our tribe.
This is never a good sign for a movie where they start playing with the release date. They start moving it around.
Well, who does he have to reshoot scenes with?
He has to, I think, with No Filter Paul and with Eastside Dave.
Why did you two blow this? That's what I want to know. No Filter Paul, he needs to dub the voice to American, and
Right.
Dave, he needs to bring the tint down. The red just blares through.
Right.
And Dave actually choked himself in that. I knew that scene wasn't going to work. Dave is holding a camera, choking himself. And Polo gets it and goes, it's perfect. It's everything we needed.
It's bad enough when you have to play both parts in a fight scene, but to also be cameraman, too?
And sound.
Yeah, it just seems like, all right, not a lot of thoughts going into it, Paul.
And he shot it on his cell phone.
It's ridiculous.
Have you seen any of this film yet, Earl?
Not a frame. Not at all.
I really wanted to have a nice big red carpet party where we all came out, we were all dressed up.
No, I didn't.
And then everybody could have chicken livers.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
I know, Fezzy, I know.
They won't be served at the after party.
AFTRA. It's going to be an after party.
Oh, this is a union job?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
All of our jobs are. Where do they get a hold of us anyway? Because that across the street deal, they're going to be on you like there's not. Earl, have you heard from them yet?
I got a letter from him. Yes.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
What'd they say?
Give us your money, basically.
Where you been hiding?
Oh yeah, I've been hiding for a while.
How much you owe 'em?
About $1,800.
Yeah. Well, you got union. You were the big union guy. What happened, Earl?
At WNEW, he was the shop steward.
And the only one who used to go to the meetings.
That's how he got elected.
He would have a meeting. Fez and I showed up with him one day, and we were the only two people with him. And then the guy came from the union, and Earl goes like this: "They buy us hamburgers."
Free lunch from the union.
What do you think paid for that lunch in the end?
Yeah, it's an $1,800 hamburger.
I know.
Here's Brandon. Brandon, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Brandon.
Ronnie?
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, I just wanted to let you know that this is Brandon in Northern Virginia, and we've got that plot for Fezzy as soon as he died, so we got that thing ready for you.
My dream is to bury Fez in Northern Virginia, where he was at his happiest.
I was at my worst in Northern Virginia. Basically had a mental breakdown.
You really, now looking back on it, you think it was a breakdown?
I think it was a breakdown, but I think it was also a lot because of the pills. Like, I wouldn't have been half as nuts if I didn't try to fix some things with pills.
Right.
So I think that really contributed to it. And no, do not bury me in a pill bottle in Northern Virginia.
Well, if you die first, that's what I'm sending you.
I've really got to get in shape. Just to last one day longer.
When Fez had his heart attack, he was laying there in bed, and then I had to be on the phone with his dad. And Fez actually came to and heard me talking to his dad about transporting the body. And I go like this: how are we supposed to get the body back down there to you? And Fez goes, what are you talking about? I go, nothing. He's up. He's awake again. And then your dad said, well, we're just going to have to wait and see.
Wait and see?
Yeah.
There's no wait and see. They need my body back. That's my family. They have to bury me.
They don't want to. They said they put up with you long enough.
They can put up with me through 1 or 2 more days.
I talked to your brother Travis. I guess he's got a pretty decent-sized backyard.
Yeah, he's been pretty good.
So we might put you back there.
With the pets.
Mm-hmm. Upside down in a trash can.
Don't put me out on Monday trash day.
No, you'll be in the backyard. We'll drop it down a hole.
Well, put me in something other than a trash can. Rats are going to get me. There, the possums will dig me up.
Man, where do those people live down there?
It's awful. It's every time I go there, I go to my parents' house on vacation. There are so many times I can't leave because there is a mean possum at the front door that my mother has named.
Is that a mean possum or one of your relatives?
It's a mean possum that's just snarling.
That's my nephew. He's part possum.
And then I hear, oh, she's just worried about you getting near her babies. There's more?
No. At what age did you say to yourself, wait, this is not the way people live?
Oh, it probably took a while. It probably was after I got home from college.
Because I see those houses in Haiti are nicer than the place, that shack that you grew up in.
Well, the problem is the thing gets flooded out how many times a year, and they refuse to leave.
This is an absolute true story. I go into Fez's house they grew up in, and I'm like, man, this furniture is really high. All the furniture was high. It was all sitting on paint cans and fruit juice cans, and every piece had cans underneath it. And I go, what is this about? And he goes, when it floods. I go, well, what floods? Every time it rains, his house would fill up.
Yeah, I shouldn't have invited you over during the rainy season. Everything was
6 months in Florida. It's basically, spring to fall.
And the bad part is, they're not even nice cans. It's the old paint from, 4 or 5 coats ago. So the paint can is rusted as the couch is sitting on it.
I'm going to tell you the truth, Fez. I don't care if it was the most beautiful can you've ever seen in your life. It still is going to look white trash. And why on a dry day were you still sitting up so high? Because you never know when it's going to rain?
You never know when it's going to rain. And if it does start raining, it would flood so incredibly fast. I mean, within a half hour, you don't have time to get everything back up on cans.
Well, you wonder why your dad got that house for $4,500. There had to be a downside. There had to be something that wasn't going to work out. Here's Otto. Otto, you're on Fez.
Yeah, kind of off topic, but talking about the old movies. I've been trying to get my kids into some old movies because I hate most of the junk that's on TV now. So you can get everything on Netflix, and I finally pushed it too far the other day. They liked the Three Stooges, they liked Abbott and Costello, but Laurel and Hardy just didn't cut it.
Yeah, it's a very slow pace for kids. But I've even done stuff with my kids where I'm being like, hey, check it out, Arthur, this is a hysterical film. And they would just be looking at me like, you used to watch shit like this? And I was like, for some reason, we thought it was just a Scream. I mean, he had a big hat on, and he's short and rich, and he drank.
Look how drunk he is.
And I honestly, I'm going, you really don't think this is funny at all? They're going, no. No one lives or talks like that.
Wait till he talks to the waiter. Hang on.
I'm going, I'm like trying to laugh at first. Just
to lead the laughing charge.
Don't you just hate Perry's wife thinking that this stuff is like great. And it just did not work for them. It was like terrible. And finally, I just go, you guys want to smoke? I just, became cool, Dad, as quick as I could. Let's all light up.
Hey, you do what you got to do, I guess.
Ron and Fez Show.
Once in your life, you find her, someone who turns your heart around, and next thing you know, you're closing down the town.
Ron and Fez, XM 202.
I know everything there is to know about Three's Company trivia.
Fez,
yes.
What is Jack Tripper's middle name?
I believe it was, let me think here, I think it was Zachary.
You are wrong, sir.
What was it?
Edward.
I don't remember that at all.
Guess who doesn't know a goddamn thing about Three's Company?
The girl that came on after Chrissy, her cousin, what New York Yankee was she dating during that time?
I don't know what Jenny Lee Harris said. Don't ring the cowbell, Ronnie. That's not a Three's Company question.
It is too.
Stupid. Don't call me stupid. That's not a Three's Company question.
Fezzy, tell him what he wins.
I am not telling him what he wins. He shouldn't get a prize. He should not quit ringing the cowbell. I didn't get that one wrong. I didn't get it wrong.
You're fucking wrong.
No, it's not a Three's. It doesn't
winner.
Quit ringing the cowbell. Screw it. Absolutely screw it. Now, he shouldn't be a winner. I'm out of here.
Where you go?
If we're not going to play right, I ain't going to do it.
Come on.
If we're not going to forget it.
Fezzy, where did Jack live before moving in with Janet and Chrissy?
3, 2, 1. No answer.
I I knew that answer.
We have a winner.
I knew that answer was the YMCA.
Well, why the fuck were you walking away?
Because I'm being set up here. And you're just giving out prizes so people like you.
Come on. What do you mean? I don't care if anybody likes me.
Do I look like an idiot?
Hey, I didn't get any of them. I'm as bad at Three's Company as you are.
I'm not doing it.
Fezzy.
I'm not doing it.
Ron and Fez show. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ.
Why is Earl playing that?
I don't know. That'd make you face the truth, I guess.
Face the truth? There was no truth in that. The whole thing is exactly what I said there, to make me look like an idiot.
I know, and can I tell you, I look like an idiot too. I bragged about my partner, and then he was stupid.
I knew the answers.
I only wish we would have proved it. I wish we could have backed up our big mouths.
I never got the opportunity to prove it.
All right, Fez, tell me what the hell is going on here. This is just nutty on TV.
This is Tim Russert yesterday going in the Scooter Libby trial to testify.
And why has he got a bad wheel?
He somehow broke his ankle, I think gushing over his own father. Somehow he broke his ankle that way.
My dad's the best.
His dad, Big Russ, broke his ankle, so he had to. I think he tripped over a stack of books about his dad.
You know, I'd like to point out to everyone, your dad's accomplishments are only interesting to your family. Do not write a book about how great your dad is.
If you want to write it up, say it at his birthday party, at his retirement party. Don't make the rest of us hear all about it at the end of Meet the Press every Sunday when the Bills are going to do it for Big Russ.
And remember, children of junkies love their dads. It's not a big deal to get a kid to love you. The dad, all he's got to do is show up occasionally. That's my old man. Everybody's all proud of me. Shows up twice a year.
And if I hear the story again about our XM coworker, Luke Russert, getting the tattoo about with his dad and grandfather's initials on his stomach one more time, it's just going to be insane.
That's all new to me. I don't even know this story.
He got his Tim Russert. The kid got TR on his rib cage tattooed.
Mm-hmm. Teddy Roosevelt?
No, Tim Russert and Tim Russert Sr. They share the same name.
I would just, while he's sleeping next time, I'll just put Tim Rostovich in there, the old glass-eating eagle.
So Tim Russert said to his kid, how could you do that? How could you get that tattoo?
Yeah.
And he goes, I just always thought that you and Grandpa would always be on my side.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And I have heard Tim Russert tell the story 400 times now, I think.
God, that's some obnoxious family. Stop pushing your family stuff.
No, we love each other. Look at us. Look at our love. We love each other.
I helped my brother get rid of a body, but you don't sit around talking about how great my family is.
So, in this testimony, Tim Russert went in there and totally
told that story.
Yeah.
Then, my father said to me, this time we've got to win. Now, what did he say?
He went in there and totally contradicted Scooter Libby's side of the story on who was it that gave up Valerie Plain's name as a CIA operative.
He bombed Scooter Libby.
Yeah, so Scooter Libby was trying to say Russert gave it to him.
Yeah.
Russert goes, no, that's a complete lie. No. I got it from Scooter, not the other way around.
Now, I thought when you're a journalist and you get these things, you're not supposed to talk about it.
For some reason, Russert had no problem with giving...
For some reason, he does.
He gives up sources.
Yeah.
Especially when it's him that it looks like he's going to getting in trouble.
This is nice, going over a big bridge in a little car, Fez. I want to do that with you once.
I don't want to go over a giant bridge in an Indy car.
I'm working. How's your bridge phobia coming along?
Oh, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad. Yeah. It's it flares up almost like a herpes or something, but it's really bad again.
Speaking of which, here's your lip jizz. I poured a bunch of it out on a piece of paper.
Why?
I don't know.
Damn it.
How can you do... seriously, uncoordinated are you?
It was slick. It slid out of my hand.
Almost jizz-like.
I can't always do this.
Hey, Riley, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, Fart Lip, he could get a tattoo on his belly like Tupac. He could be Fart Life.
You want to go with that, Fez?
Why would I get Fart Life on my side?
Well, remember the other day, You had that accident on the air. And then when you're at my house, you woke yourself up in a nap.
All right, with these stories,
in the easy chair.
It sounds like I'm having a farting problem. Like I'm having a real problem with this.
Well, you're having a gas problem, sure.
I didn't fart in here. That was this chair.
Mm-hmm.
It was the seat of this chair. I can't make it do it now, but it had some noise to it.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of times when you sit on that chair, your ass cheeks open up and off you go. That's a problem with some of our furniture.
It's the chair, not my cheeks.
I want you to swear right now.
I swear I did not fart in here.
Yeah, you're going to hell. Hey, big day today for the Midnight Rider. He went to court. Here he comes into the room right now. The man that's going to be facing East Side Dave in just a few weeks. It's the Midnight Rider.
That's right. What are we talking about here now, Ronnie?
I don't know, Alec Baldwin. What are we talking about?
What are we talking? We were talking about the
Do you
Midnight...
feel like I haven't seen that film that you can rip that off every time you
I don't know what you're talking about, Ronnie B.
Glenn Ross?
Oh, yeah, that is true. I probably did rip that off. No, what we're talking about is public urination that the Rider had to go to New York City court for.
Yeah.
All the way down in Chinatown, Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
Which was curious because it did not take place in Chinatown. And for pee-peeing in the street, Daddy, that's just the way cowboys do it. If it's legal for the birds in the sky and the dogs on the ground to go potty in public, then why can't the Rider, Daddy? For the Rider is the son of a plumber, but also the son of Mother Nature. And that's how we do it in nature, Jack. Watch the National Geographic Channel. Do you see an elephant that makes waste getting a number 1 from a jungle cop? It just wouldn't make sense. Because elephants, that's what they do. They dream and they go number 1. And that's what the Rider does, Applejack. Because when you ride through the canyons of Cheyenne and the hills of Spokane, dreaming about Sapphire on prancing ponies, there always isn't an outhouse waiting for you at the end of the rainbow. So you just have to go where nature tells you. I guess it ain't the same up here in the Northeast, Daddy. You can't do your business without paying a $50 fine. Ronnie B.
Yeah.
$50?
$50?
I told the judge, Your Honor, Daddy, I have but one silver dollar. How can I afford the fine?
You need 49 more.
And that judge said to me, co-pay, Rider, co-pay. And so for the next 10 months, the Rider's going to have to give New York City $5 silver a month. Oh, this is not the electrified funk that I'm used to, baby. This is more like solar-powered jitterbug. And the Rider ain't dancing this evening. But in the end, this is just another lesson learned under the sunshine. Another challenge the Rider must face head-on and tongue out. Licking the dreams of possibility. I got one more silver dollar, Your Honor, and I ain't gonna let him catch me. No, I ain't gonna let him catch the Midnight Rider.
This character is just falling apart.
What are you talking about?
The tongue out, licking the dreams of possibility. It's
poetry emotion is what it is. It's an electrified funk.
Crazy
It's your
talk.
ugly boogie shoes.
Now,
it's your chunky monkey.
Crazy talk is jibber jabber.
If you were hauled into court on this, weren't you caught? Didn't they catch them?
I was caught. Yeah,
I thought they weren't going to catch you.
And the judge had a few words for the Rider.
Give us the whole thing, because this is a shoot. It's a real thing.
This happened outside of McFadden's or Calico Jack's, one of those bars.
One of the nights that we were all partying there?
I don't think it was an official Ron Fez party. I think it was an unofficial thing.
Yeah.
It could have been a Pal Talk party, since I see my sweet...
You're not supposed to say...
Sapphire by my side.
There you go.
Who was on Pal Talk last night.
That's better.
Now listen.
Where are you, Sapphire?
No.
That's not what I heard.
It was just a blank screen.
Anyway, so this is what happened, Ronnie B. So I go out there and they say, Midnight Rider.
Who's saying this?
A couple of the Rider's friends.
Right.
Found your music, Jeff and Angry Missy.
Right.
Say, Midnight, don't go in there. The bathroom's 20 feet inside. I say I have to go, and this is just the cowboy way, Daddy.
Right.
So I start to go. You know, this is a nice place. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. Who's going to be looking?
All right, so you're out in the street.
That's right.
Walking with friends.
Yeah.
They tell you don't piss outside. You're in New York City. You're in Manhattan.
That's right.
Don't piss outside. You don't listen.
No, I don't listen.
No.
Because it's the morning time.
Right.
We cowboys always do that. That's how we ride, no pun intended.
Yeah.
So I start going.
None
It's not
taken.
a pun. Yeah, there's no pun there.
If I'm the Midnight Rider, and I say that's how I ride.
Yeah.
All right, maybe it's not a pun exactly.
It's not a pun at all.
Anyway,
That's how you got your name.
Okay, well,
A pun would be like I was pissed off or something.
Oh, that would be much better. So I said, so I started to pee. I don't want to get graphic here. The writer's got millions of boys and girls listening. So I started to pee.
Yeah.
And a cop comes.
Well, you don't have to get graphic. We all do it.
And the guy says, smart guy.
My urethra opens up at this time. And along comes urine spreading out. So the cop yells at you. Smart guy.
What
That's
do you
what he
think you're doing there?
Yeah.
I say, I know this isn't the proper thing to do, but I've had a little bit of whiskey, your officer. And I have to go right now, otherwise I'd go in my pants.
Right.
He said, not only are you peeing in public, but look at the plaque above you. You're going on the Israeli embassy.
Oh, nice. We're into hate crime.
So now I have this whole anti-Semitic thing.
Were you pissing the Nazi fucking logo, you idiot?
It was not done on purpose. I had my whiskey goggles on, and I didn't see no Israeli embassy sign.
Right.
They should put that shit in neon letters. How am I supposed to know? There was a tiny plaque 4 inches by 12 inches.
Yeah, not probably the smartest move either to have the Israeli embassy in neon. It's not that kind of world
All
we
right,
live
but
in
somewhere
anymore.
in between.
Maybe a big target on it for the fucking terrorists.
All right, fine. Maybe a painted sign, whatever.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So the officer said, smart guy, I should haul you off, but I'm going to give you a summons.
Right.
And that's what I did. And I had to wait 2 anxious months, a month and a half of just pitting the rider's stomach. Saying, am I going to prison? The rider talked to his new buddy, who rides in the police car.
Yeah.
He goes by the name of Keith.
Right.
And Keith told me, I don't know what's going to happen to you, buddy. I said, thank you very much.
That's a lot of help.
He said, I can help you. I can't really help you. I can maybe get your trial expedited.
Well, like he says, it's not like Opie has this problem. Why would I care?
That's precisely what happened. And so he said, you might spend a day in the can.
Really?
For a public service thing. It's happened before. It depends upon the judge.
Oh, that would have been fucking great. We would have loved it.
Oh, boy. That would have been not good.
Just your shot with the mask on as you're, being bugged.
Cleaning up Golda Meir way.
But luckily the judge said, was this thing done on the Israeli embassy on purpose?
Yeah.
And then just horror, chills ran down my spine.
Right.
I said, no.
Judge Levine wants to know, why exactly could this happen?
I was going to point out, he did seem to be of Jewish heritage, and I look Irish, even though I have a mask on.
Your Honor, you know how they are. Sometimes you just gotta, bing, pow, boom, you're out of there.
Yeah.
So you went in hat in hand, as they say.
In fact, I even went to my public defender before. Yeah. It's real fun, actually, this court thing.
Yeah.
The one public defender for all 200 defendants.
Right.
And the person's like, so what's our game plan here? I'm like, you're the public defender.
It's Louis Tully.
She was like, well, if the judge offers you something, you should take it. I'm like, what if he offers me jail time? She said, you should take it.
Really?
Because no matter what he offers you, if you go to trial, it's going to be multiplied if you're found guilty. And quite frankly, I was found with my blank in my hand.
You pissed all over the place.
Yeah. Exactly.
Now, but what if a person is sick? I mean, there's got to be, and you did come up with a good point. Why should a dog or a cat get to piss on the street? A person can't.
We're all Mother Nature's creatures, right?
I mean, I think it's gross that a person pisses outside, but I got to tell you the truth. I got a sidewalk in front of my building. How many dogs have pissed over the decades? It's got to be thousands when you think about it.
Yeah, and that never gets picked up.
No.
It's not like I'm pissing on an ATM machine. It's not like I'm urinating. I'm not going...
Israeli embassy.
Well,
if you would have pissed on even a fire plug, they would have been mad at you.
But at the same time, I didn't piss inside the Israeli embassy on their carpet or their Jewish stars or whatever.
They have a room that maybe you could have used there. And you could have went back in and used the bar.
Well, then the Israeli embassy should be open 24/7. And that's one Catholic's complaint.
You got to hold your water. You're playing in big boy land.
I know. That is true.
Wait a minute. The rider is Catholic? This cowboy that rides out west is a Catholic?
Hey, Bob Dylan can go to Catholicism. Anybody can.
He's not a Catholic.
Yeah, he did. He played for the Pope, right?
No, he played for the Pope. You don't have to switch to become a Catholic. I thought he switched to be Jewish years ago.
No, then he switched to be Catholic. He's born again.
He's never been a Catholic.
I'm almost positive.
No. What do you got for us, Safi?
He was Jewish. He converted to Christianity. Then he went back to Orthodox Jewish.
Right, but he never was Catholic. You don't get to fucking hop back and forth with a Catholic.
He was like a fundamentalist Christian. He was more Protestant.
He was one of the idiots.
Well, why was he playing for the Pope then, Ronnie?
Who can stop the Pope? The Pope can't go, the only people I want to see entertain me are Catholics. Take Sammy Davis Jr. out of here. No, the Pope would like to see entertainment like anyone else. He doesn't force people to be Catholic.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that. The things you learn here up in
I wish it had come up in court.
Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys, I love your show, man, and I tell my wife the traditional, but no, honey, really, these guys are hilarious, they're funny, and I flick it on, and who's on but the Midnight Rider? And my wife's looking at me like, this is funny. I'm like, no, wait, Ron will make some funny clips here. Hold on, honey. I just want to thank the Midnight Rider for ruining your show for me. I appreciate it.
But here's the thing, Matt. Fez and I are not trying to get new listeners. We don't care about such things. As a matter of fact, we can care about no one. We want to get this XM show down to 0 listeners, finally. Just so we can find, I say there's only 2 ways to go. You can either be the best or the worst. We ain't never going to be the best. Let's try to head for the worst. And we just have Ryder come up with more and more characters.
That's right.
Oh, here comes Wolf Boy. And you just come in like that, and everybody's happy. And then we lose some more listeners.
Okay.
Look, it's one of the bushwhackers.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter to us.
I've never played animals before. I'd love to do that.
You've played with animals before.
Oh.
Remember that dog story?
No, I don't. That was someone else. Someone who's going down February 23rd, Eastside Dave. You're going down like that doggy licked you.
What?
Like the doggy licked you is how he's going to be going down.
Hey, it's fun to make fun of Eastside Dave, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, put your mask on and join the cool kids. Here's James. James, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, technically he committed an international crime right there by doing that on an embassy, because that's not really New York property. It's not even America. That's an embassy, and that embassy is Israeli property. So it's the Israelis that are going to have a problem with them.
I would love for if you had to go stand trial in Israel for this.
Just extradited.
If it's going to be Israeli embassy, why choose a location so close, Daddy, to an Irish pub? It just don't make common sense.
What do you think was there first?
The embassy.
The embassy was there before your bar. The embassy was there first. So, but you got this out from underneath it now. Now you're fine.
Now I feel great. And I just have a couple more tickets to go.
And it's $5 payments a month.
Yeah. Just a couple more tickets. Not wearing a seatbelt.
Copay. When you can't come up with $50.
I like to take my time with things. The rider's not used to this northeast. Quick pace. I like to mosey on through the door. Thank you very much.
I can understand.
Thank you.
I heard a story that you had tried to lick hot sauce off a midget's toes and was stopped.
Wow, I hadn't heard that one.
Any truth to that, Ryder?
I thought I heard them all.
Well, thank you very much. That was supposed to be kept quiet. That was not supposed to be the one thing I said. I've had a lot of problems with intoxication and doing dumb things. Maybe we can keep that away from Ronnie B and Feather W. Yeah, there's a little bit of...
Was that a girl midget?
No, this happened to be a male.
And what were you thinking, Ryder? Why was that the good idea?
I was thinking that I had a lot of Southern Comfort in my belly.
Right.
And there was then on top of that some Jack and Coca-Cola. And
Here's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
Was it the attention that you were getting from your drunk friends? Is that what you crave?
I don't know.
Because that's why you lost your girlfriend.
Yeah, it's true.
And that came out the other night, that every night she would go home and cry because of the fact that you need everybody looking at you and you don't care how stupid you got to be to get their attention.
No, I don't. I think I do do stupid things when drunk.
Right.
I don't think it's so much about attention. If one person is smiling, then the rider's happy.
Now, remember the one fight that we had with the rider in our life when we said, oh, look who's trying to get attention, and he was so mad at us, and then his chick sent me a long email. He does nothing of the sort.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a good man.
From England?
He's a good man.
Yeah, that's true.
One innocent comment, one very accurate comment. Let me put it that way.
Yeah.
Look who didn't get to be the center of attention. The writer goes into a tailspin of depression, and so bad that his girlfriend has to go behind his back and start firing off fiery emails.
And Ryder, now that she left you, are you allowed to go back on FBA or allowed to talk to the girls of Pal Talk and all that?
Yeah, I think so. And even if we get back together, I still have no ambition of not talking to some of the sweethearts on FBA and Pal Talk.
I tried to get something going with Flight Benefits mom for you to go out with Flight Benefits.
That would be special.
Grossed out. Her mom was grossed out.
Oh, her mother was grossed out by me.
Yeah.
Yeah. She saw photos, is what we're saying? Or?
Yeah, she said that one eye is lower than the other, and...
That seems hard to believe. The mask was cut pretty darn symmetrical as far as I'm concerned.
It's your friend Indy Mike. How you doing, Mike?
All right, guys.
Are you still basking in the big win, the Super Bowl win?
Oh, yes, I'm still loving it.
Sure.
It's great, and all the shirts are out for sale. All the sweatshirts announcing the Super Bowl winner out there to be bought. I had a quick question. I thought that when you guys announced this big match that Midnight Rider and Eastside Dave were going to alternate work days, and I haven't heard Dave come in once this week yet.
Yeah, we planned on that, but so far it's all Rider, no Dave. And I said I can't have them both in here tomorrow. Rider, would you mind taking tomorrow off and letting Dave come in?
I would not mind, sir. I'd need some training to do. That would be great. I can saddle up to my training facilities for tomorrow. I don't really care for Eastside Dave, and I'm not exactly pleased that he has to be the one to...
Well, I want to try to build the fight up, and so we're going to get him on the air a little bit.
Fine.
His turn to cut a promo, if you will.
All right.
Yesterday he called just screaming at Sapphire. Just screaming at you, Sapphire.
Yeah, it was completely out of his skull, making these wild and crazy accusations.
But, you know, I remember going back to this with Mikey D, because you and Mikey D always end up fighting. Mikey D fights with Dave. Right away, I said, let Midnight Rider talk to Jersey Rich and have that be the connection.
That was the way it was set up to have crankcase at the gig.
Right away, Midnight Rider calls him, starts setting things up behind Earl's back, and you got upset, Earl, and then the Rider was upset with you, and Eastside Dave was upset with you.
Well, the Rider did call Richard, but
Richard refused to take your call?
No. But Sapphire also said make sure Mikey's on the level here. So Sapphire did want the Rider to call Mikey D.
All right, so you open that gate.
You did say that.
You open that gate, Earl.
Yes, but I also instructed but everyone needs to be on the same page, and everything has to go through either me or the Rider.
But now that's going to get back to you and Mikey fighting again like the old days. I was just making a different point, man. That's all. Here is George. George, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, I'd like to thank the Rider. I'm sorry that he went to court, but he kept me out of court yesterday.
How's that?
Well, I got pulled over for speeding yesterday in the semi, 15 miles over the posted speed limit. And it was right during the time when the Rider was on. The state trooper come walking up to me. It was a very, very nice Utah State Patrolman come walking up to the side of the truck and explaining to me why he pulled me over and said, well, I'm going to have to give you a ticket for it. Well, right about that time, I had my radio on, and he heard the Rider. It turns out he has XM in his police cruiser.
See, there you go.
And he commented, he says, is that Ron and Fez? And I says, yeah. And he says, the Rider's on now? And I says, yeah. And he says, I hate that fucking Rider so much that if I ever saw him, I would put a bullet between his eyes. And I says, really? I kind of agree with you. And he says, well, today's your lucky day, then have a good day.
All right, that's great, Rider. Way to go.
Thank you very much. That's what the Rider's here for, to help the little man. And to that Mr. Johnny Law police officer, Godspeed, good sir. I'm not going to talk trash about someone like you.
Well, but that good police officer Rider wants you dead.
Yeah, a lot of people do. You know, I got pulled over speeding once and wasn't even in a car, just crystal meth. Just fucking whacked them crystal meth.
That is fast.
They can get you from speeding. Hey, look, here it is, our buddy from yesterday, Dr. Drew, who's hanging out with the radio chick.
Yeah, he's on television right now talking about the crazy lady astronaut.
Did you see him after their show that he was going around trying to help everyone with their problems? Get the fuck out of here.
I noticed that.
He's going through each of the phone people, the interns. What you need to do is get back in touch with him. What do you know? Everything about everybody? You know someone for 2 seconds and you know what they should do with their life?
It was really, please, come listen to some advice here.
I don't get it. How could you know what the other person should do?
I guess it's all those years of doing Loveline. He thinks he's going to diagnose in seconds.
He's a very handsome man for his age. Sorry.
How old is he? He's 30.
No, he's
Dr. Drew is 30 years old.
No, he's not.
Yeah, it came up yesterday.
Yeah.
Wikipedia.
James, you're on Ron and Fez.
Good afternoon, buddies. Say, I think the rider would be doing himself great service if he were to cut that stunned Sally loose. There's women out here that would love...
All right, James, I can only put up with one guy doing the rider voice at a time. And even that's driving me nuts. I can't wait till Dave gets here tomorrow.
Don't say that, Ron and B. Don't say that. The rider's here for you.
It's not personal. It's just that you're awful.
I just don't agree with that sentiment, although there seems to be a few others in the room that do.
Yeah, there is. There's quite a few. And I know Safi picked you, though, right, Safi?
Yes, I reluctantly picked Midnight Rider to win the match at the Hard Rock.
What is wrong with you, Gulpy? You want to go from... What are you drinking over there and eating?
Sand.
It's like every time I talk to you, I interrupt the turkey dinner.
No, mate.
You're just gulping.
No, my voice is really hoarse today.
From what? Never talking?
No, I have no. I guess from screaming at Dave yesterday. It's been goofy all day.
You work in broadcasting. Talking should not be a big deal for you.
No, I understand it, but listen to me. I'm
like a track star going, I'm exhausted. I was running yesterday. Really tired from it.
Croaking like a 12-year-old.
Iron Mike Tyson, he has checked himself into rehab, according to his lawyers, for what they're calling various addictions. So I don't know, where do you start with Iron Mike Tyson?
First thing you do is get him to stop punching people. I think if I was his Dr. Drew, I'd say let's stop punching people.
There's so many ways you can go. All right, today we're going to work on raping beauty pageant queens. Let's stop that.
You know, and the other thing too with Mike is, how would you be all fucked up? Your friends throw you in rehab. You wake up, there's the guy you sleep next to is Mike Tyson. That has got, you already got the DTs, you got the withdrawals, and you look over and go, holy shit, I think I see Mike Tyson laying there.
Yeah, you see that crazy face tattoo coming at you. No, go ahead, you use the restroom first. Fine, no problem.
Mike Tyson, I hope he bounces, Fez. I'm pulling for the guy.
So he's doing this rehab thing to try to stay out of jail from this last pullover that he had, where they found the cocaine on him.
They found the cocaine, but they didn't find anyone that he raped. I said it's a step ahead all the time.
And no one had been bitten. In New Mexico, they're once again looking at a measure to ban cockfighting. So this comes up time to time.
You'll finally have to give up the title then after all these years, huh, Fezzy?
This is roosters.
That's more dick slapping than you do than cockfighting.
And they're saying that now, finally, Governor Bill Richardson has jumped into the debate, saying he's against cockfighting and he's supporting this measure. Where before they said he had never even gotten into the cockfighting debate.
Well, it's because there's so many Spanish people and they grew up like that. And I mean, imagine here if they start going, let's ban football. People get hurt.
Yeah, but the people have a choice going into football.
Do they really? Look at the neighborhoods they come out of.
Well, Eli
you know what I'm saying, Earl? Do you really have a choice?
No,
whether you're going to be an athlete or not?
Not at all.
And they're people, Fez. They're not. I would understand if none of us ever ate chicken, but we do.
Yeah, but it's really violent, and it's exploiting an animal.
It's not exploiting an animal. They yank their heads off and put them in buckets. I mean, if you have either said to yourself, either I eat meat or I don't. And at this point, most of the country eats meat. They got to stop being big babies. These Spanish guys, they don't even just let these things fight. They bet on it. This is how they spend their days. You'd rather out there grabbing purses?
No, I don't want anyone stealing either. I wonder why it's, pit bulls and roosters that they get fighting. Are there any other animals that would just go at each other for animal fights?
They got fighting fish.
Do they?
Mm-hmm. Some kind of a Japanese fighting fish.
I just wonder if, like, hamsters would just all of a sudden attack each other if you had, like, two wound-up males or something.
All you got to do is not feed them. You don't feed anything, and they're ready to fight.
The judge in the Phil Spector trial says he is leaning towards having this thing televised.
Nice.
So jury selection starts March 19th.
By now, the victim would have died of old age, though. This went on, 5 years ago?
Yeah, I think 4. This murder was in 2003.
Yeah. Now, you look at this. The writer had to go in and cop his piss plea in a matter of months, but Phil Spector gets to go on for 4 years.
Yeah, and I think he's out on bail. I think he had, like, the $1 million bail or something like that he's walking around with.
Yeah, he's been out for a long time.
So I wonder if this trial's going to have any sort of television heat to it, if they start putting it on court TV.
Well, it's been a long time since Be My Baby was a fucking hit, but, again, it really doesn't matter how popular. It's that he's rich that always interests people. Like if a rich doctor kills somebody, that's always big. Everyone likes to watch it.
And Nancy Pelosi trying to get a giant plane out of the, out of the White House. I think she was saying she wanted the vice president's plane, or at least one that size.
Here's the deal. She's got to go back to L.A., right?
Uh-huh.
Because of that, she has to land and take off again because the plane is so little. You can kind of understand, hey, you can't get me a plane that can make it there nonstop?
Okay, now I understand, because Hassler didn't need the plane to go as far.
Right. Ron and Fez Show.
Ron Bennington, Fez Whatley, The Ron and Fez Show.
XM 202.
Back with the Ron and Fez Show. Paranoid with a really nice song about Fez. 1-866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-766-0339.
we really got to get Paranoid out to sing at the Big Ass Bash. One of his big hits.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
So that's coming up Friday, February 23rd at the Hard Rock Cafe in Times Square.
When is it? The 23rd?
Yeah.
I hope I can make it. I would love to be there for that.
We need you there. You have to be there. Yeah, we need you.
I don't have to be at every show. I'm going to be like Regis, where now I'm just coming into some of the shows.
Well, that's one of the important ones.
Hey, if I ever turn that show on and Regis isn't there, bing, I'm off in a heartbeat.
I don't even know who some of the guest hosts they've had in.
You know who it is. It's Kelly's husband. Those two are planning Regis's death like it was the perfect murder. Believe me. Every night they go, do you know how much money we can make when Regis dies? Stone's on TV, Earl.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. What is Mick wearing? It's like a sequined leather jacket?
Oh, yeah, because he's not as conservative as he used to be. Come on, Earl. Why are you still at the point where you're thinking it's insane every time Mick puts on a funny costume? Where do you see Kiss? They're wearing makeup. Tina, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I just wanted to say I love that song by Paranoid about Fez.
Yeah, it's great.
I was, it was stuck in my head all weekend. My husband thinks I'm crazy.
All right, thank you very much.
What is the love about that thing?
It's just like a fun song. It's a fun Fez song.
No, it's not a fun Fez song. It's an Attack Fez on Every Corner song.
It was?
Yes.
I thought of it more as an homage. A salute to Fez, if you will.
It's garbage.
Yeah. I need to get the lyrics, too, for that, so I can think about having it tattooed. I'm going to...
Do not tattoo a bad song about me on yourself.
Oh, now it's a bad song. Now, all of a sudden, you don't like Paranoid.
Well, I like Paranoid, but, I mean, it's bad lyrics.
I'm trying to book him right now. I'm trying to get him up here for the 23rd at the Hard Rock Cafe. That should be a fun night. I'd love to see this fight go down. It's going to be interesting to see how we do it. Who is under that mask? If he ends up getting unmasked, Eastside Dave is back for good.
That's all Eastside Dave has to do to get his job back.
And if the rider wins, then he gets Eastside Dave's cat. And off we go and everything's fine. I don't even know if that's fair. You know what? I was thinking about this the other day. What kind of man owns a cat? You know, I understand you have a dog. And I think I understand that women would like cats. But I don't know how you could get from a man who loves cats. Did you ever have a cat growing up?
Yeah, we had cat. We always had cats.
Did you love your cat?
I never loved the cat, no.
Did you appreciate it? Did you like it?
No, I hated the cat.
All right, that's where I was going with this. Earl, what about you? Did you have a cat growing up?
We had 3 cats when I was a little kid.
Would you say you're a cat man?
No, not at all. They drive me crazy.
I don't know if I've ever met a man who likes a cat. Now, the weird thing is, who doesn't like a tiger? Any man would love a tiger. I see a tiger on TV. I'm like, that's a great animal. A lion I could love. But the smaller they get, the less masculine they seem to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they walk around. They're a prissy animal, a cat. There's no fun there.
Yeah, you can't teach them tricks. And yet you can teach a tiger tricks. I mean, if you can get a tiger to stand on a chair and then jump over to a ball, why can't a cat do that? It's really the same animal.
I wonder if it's the fact that the tiger is a bigger cat. It has a bigger brain and can figure out some things, like tricks.
Why? Small dogs they've got small brains, and these things are smart. Here's Big Lou. Big Lou, you're on Ron and Fez.
Big Lou says, anybody that has a cat, they're always saying, hey, man, you got to check out this cat. It's the coolest cat in the world. Like, a cat is cool. That's their justification of it. It's a cool cat.
All right, so their thing is the cat is cool, kind of like Top Cat is what you're hoping at that point. And yet I've never... But I've never seen, like, a cat seem cool. Now, a dog wearing a fucking kerchief that's going to drink beer and take shotguns, that's fucking cool. Any dog named either Dwayne Allman, which I met one before, or named after any Springsteen song, like, Thunder Road, get in here, boy. It's going to be a fun thing. But why and how can a man love a cat? And I know it's possible because look how many cats are in the world.
Oh, yeah, they're all out there. And I don't know, it's like cats don't even get cool names like that. I mean, like a boy cat will get named Prince or something.
Prince is a great performer, Fezzy. Look what he did for us at the Super Bowl. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I took my kid to one of those circuses, and they got cats doing all that shit now, going through the hoops and the fire. They got a cat show in that thing now.
All right, you got, like, little cats doing that?
No, I don't. Get to a circus, and they've got the act where the cats actually come out and run through the hoops and all that stuff.
All right, Earl, if there's any way for you to book house cats that can do those things, do it. By the way, I got an email from a guy the other day, and I got to go back and find this because I'm getting fucking slammed ever since the 23rd. But he said he can do a guillotine act with Fez. And I don't even know what that means.
A guillotine act?
But that may be a lot of fun, Fez. That may be a lot of fun for you. Deanna, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, I have a really awesome cat. It's a new breed. I didn't even know about it. Someone gave it to me, and I found it in the cat magazine. She plays fetch.
All right, when a girl who's high starts to talk to her about her cat, it sounds sexual to me. Like you would like my little cat. You know what I'm saying?
No, I do have a cat though. She's awesome. She plays fetch. They're bred with jungle cats.
What do you mean they're bred with them?
Well,
a big jungle cat pounds a little house cat.
A jungle cat and a house cat, and
how could that be?
This is one of the offspring, I guess. But they're awesome cats.
You're saying like a
She's
puma.
Like a dog.
Like a puma fucked a house cat, and then you took the baby.
Someone saw her walking into a pet shop.
I one at a time here. Deanna, say it again.
It's in the cat. It's in those cat magazines.
No. I had no idea.
They have these freaky cat magazines, and I found one at the library, and they had a whole big article about it. It's a new breed. They just put it into the whatever the...
All right, Deanna, call back later for what you're smoking. All right?
I'm tired.
Yeah, I'm tired,
Listen,
too. I want to get tired. I don't want to sit around awake all day.
She's exactly like a dog. She plays fetch. She jumps like... I don't know, she's the most needy cat I've ever... Not needy like... She wants to play all the time like a dog does.
I think she has a dog and just doesn't realize it. Too high to understand. She's got a poodle.
I have a cat.
They're fucking faggy dogs.
Dogs are faggy. All right.
No, poodles are faggy.
Oh, poodles are.
Yeah.
All right, thank you very much, honey.
All right, love you guys.
All right, we love you too. All right, so you think that she got high and thought that her dog was a cat, a
Yeah.
really ugly cat.
Yep, and plays fetch and barks and everything else.
All right, Earl, they have cat magazines?
I have never heard of cat magazines. I've heard of other...
I mean, I could see if you owned a cat. But you wouldn't want to sit around at night and read about cats?
Cats in the news.
Honey, when I'm done with this, I want you to read this article. It's about a cat. He chases mice and plays with yarn. It's a great story for everybody. I have never been... I would have to be doing fucking life term before I read an article about a cat.
Or one would have to get elected to Congress to hear about his platform on things.
Because I'll tell you the truth, any cat I've ever seen in my life is mean as fucking shit. I saw a cat, and I'm like, oh, what's he got, like a little toy? He had a live mouse. Instead of killing it, he would just... get it, put it out there, let it run a couple feet, go back and grab it, and the mouse was like all bloody, and it was basically like Reservoir Dogs, like he was just taking off the ear and everything. It was out of fucking control how mean a cat can be.
They're little bloody sadists.
Hoyt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, how's it going?
Good.
I have, speaking of mean cats, I have a cat that was super mean, and then it got cancer, and it's one of its legs, had its leg cut off, and now
What's his name, Lucky?
The nicest cat ever, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess you lost a leg. You'd start and fucking try to get along with everybody, too, after that. Hey, no trouble out of me, no fights. Don't have a leg here. So you got a three-legged cat.
Yeah, one of them's three-legged, and now that his leg's cut off, he's much happier, and then I have another one who's about 30 pounds. And the three-legged one's about 10 pounds.
Sure. So he can't get to the food as fast.
They're pretty insane.
I guarantee you that the kids in your neighborhood say that your house is haunted. I fucking guarantee any house that has a three-legged... First of all, I would have been obsessed. I loved anything that was missing a limb when I was a kid. And there was a three-legged dog, and to me, it was like a fucking parade came through town. I would always be walking by, anybody see the three-legged dog today? Where's that three-legged dog at? It was so frightening and exciting to me.
For some reason, a dog seems to be able to shake off an amputation like nothing. Like, you could lop off the leg, sure, it might whimper for a while, but it'll just take off on those three again. There's no sort of, we have to put this dog through any sort of rehabilitation thing and get him back on his legs.
Well, I mean, look at us. If you have one leg, there's no way to get around without just fucking hopping. But three legs, you gotta, you're fucking doing okay for yourself. It's like driving on a flat. it can be worked out a little bit. Here is Jeff. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys,
Yeah.
I just calling to let you know that I have actually seen the so-called Cat magazine.
Mm-hmm.
It's called, speaking of faggy, Cat Fancy.
The name of the magazine is Cat Fancy.
Yes.
I bet as you were reading that magazine, your penis would actually fall off. I bet it would just fucking lose its power to hold on and fall off.
Clunk, what was that?
And I'm waiting for Cat Fancy. You're just standing out next to the mailbox. Cat Fancy's here.
This is how fancy it is. They put fancy as the last word. Instead of Fancy Cat magazine, it's Cat Fancy.
I like it. That comes along with Dog Stupid, where it's just, it's either really fancy cats or just dumb dogs. Now, you're not even a dog guy, are you?
No, I wouldn't have a dog or a cat.
I don't like dogs. I think they're fucking hysterical. Randy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I gotta say, cats are much better than dogs. I've never had a cat that ate its own shit and then tried to help my leg.
So cats won't jump on you and start humping?
Hell no. And plus, as cold as it is, I'd say it's about 5 degrees here in Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, try and take your cat outside to take a shit.
See, to me, if you're a cat lover, you must really like shit because you keep it in the house with you, in a box.
But Fezzy, listen, they got that.
All right, I don't even know this.
They've got those electronic litter boxes now that do everything for you. You don't even have to do anything.
All right, hold on. Cats shit inside?
Yeah, you put them in a litter box. They shit in a box inside your house. You have to have, now, if you have a cat, you have to designate one part of your home to shit.
What about this? The toilet. Because you do that with humans, too, Fez. It's not... Humans have one part of their house to shit, and that would work out. If you could teach a cat to shit in a box, you could teach him to shit in a toilet. Just get him like his own little bathroom.
My mother did that. She taught one of the cats how to use the toilet one morning. You know in the morning where you're not quite awake yet and you just go into the bathroom. I go into the bathroom.
Sat on the cat?
No, I didn't sit on the cat. I just walked in. I think I was like...
Earl, stop shitting on the cat.
I was like 7 or 8. I just walked in. I see the cat taking a dump. I freaked out and came running down the hall.
I bet you did. I
was like, who did that? Who did what? It's like, the cat's on the toilet. What is going on?
All right, Adam. Adam, you're on Ron and Fez. Go ahead, Adam.
Hey, yeah, I had a friend back in the day when we used to trip balls all the time, man, and near the end of the night when he was coming down, he'd sit and pet his cat because it would calm him down, and eventually, I guess, it wore into the cat, and it would trip all night, and you'd see it just staring at the walls, just hissing at a corner where there's not even a shadow. And over the years, eventually they had to take it and have it put down because it had dementia.
All right, I mean, you got to rub the fucking cat for a long time before the acid's leaving the pores of your fucking body and going into the cat. I mean, he must have been, tearing its fucking hair out.
We just sit in veg, man, and watch like Dragon Ball Z and fucking anime and shit. Just tripping balls, man.
Yeah, I understand that. That part doesn't surprise me. But what shocks me is that you could rub a cat long enough that the acid would come through your pores. Now, that does fucking happen. I mean, I know it gets into you that way because a friend of mine had these orange barrels. So he buys 1,000 and he starts to fucking, one at a time, he's putting them like in some foil. And about, we're going through this whole thing. He's like, what the fuck? He's tripping. The orange, like the ink a little bit, got into his fingertips, and all of a sudden he starts fucking tripping his ass off.
All right, that sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
When you're not expecting it, when you weren't planning on it.
Yeah, and I mean, he's sitting there thinking, this is a fucking business deal going down. Now he's got 1,000 hits of acid and about $3,200 from something else sitting on the table. And all of a sudden he says to me, I can't fucking believe this, I'm tripping. So, I'm trying to think what to do. I finally say to myself, I just fucking take my gun out, I put it on his forehead, and I go, put the fucking acid and the money in a bag, and nothing happens to you. And then I was out of there.
That was you helping the guy out?
No, I was helping myself to his asset and his money.
Oh, okay.
And then later, I found that same guy got killed by his dealer. So, it's not like I owed the money anymore. And that helps. That helps when you find out when you owe someone money, gets killed.
Right.
That's like the best fucking feeling in the world. Here is Here's Mark. Mark, you're on Fez.
Hey, buddies. You know, I have, my wife and I, we have 8 cats and 1 dog.
The house must smell great.
I tell you what, actually it doesn't smell that bad. My wife's pretty, no pun intended, anal and retentive about it.
I bet she is.
Yeah, and hey, that one lady that called in, she said, she was talking about her one, I think it's called a Bengal. We have one. They were bred down from the actual Bengal cats. They're little wild hellions, but they're great cats. But I prefer cats over dogs any day.
The only Bengals I'd want in my house is that 80s chick band. I would love to have them as pets.
Just another Manic Monday.
What was that lead singer's name, Earl?
Susanna Hoffs?
Adorable. Just adorable. Well, the rest of the band, Here's BT. BT, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddies?
Yeah.
I got to disagree with some folks. Cats are not as good as dogs. They're way lazy. I mean, have you ever seen a police cat or a drug-sniffing cat or a bomb-sniffing cat? I mean, there's just no way.
I mean, if you really think about it, how the cats help at all? I guess like if you had a farm and you had a cat that was out eating mice or something, that would help.
Yeah, that would be about it, but a house cat.
But a cat that you start feeding does no good for you. And let's suppose someone breaks into the house in the middle of the night while you're sleeping. You think that fucking cat cares? The cat just looks over and goes, oh, this fucker's in trouble, isn't he? My man could end up getting killed while he sleeps.
The cat would actually like the robber and start rubbing its fur up against his pants, wanting to be petted.
If that robber was on acid, next thing you know, the cat's tripping. Anthony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez, how you guys doing?
Yeah.
I've got 2 cats that I've actually trained to use the toilet.
Then could I send the Midnight Rider with you for a couple of months until you finish with him so he stops pissing?
Yeah, it's not that hard to train him, though.
I think that's fantastic. A pet that uses the toilet. Now, does it flush?
No, it does not flush.
See, I get grossed out every time I go in to take a piss, seeing cat shit in there.
Yeah. You know, that's the one downfall to it, but at least you don't have to empty a litter box, you know?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, if you could get him to go in the toilet, that would be great, but to have that box of gravel sitting there in the corner of a room that just has crap in it all day long.
Well, it depends on what room it was in. It'd be better than cat shit all over your house, right?
Yeah, I guess it's better that it's contained, but it's still an open box of shit that's just there.
Well, what's a toilet? A toilet is really an open box of shit.
But it can be flushed.
But they're saying you've got this electronic one.
Yeah, but it's just cleaning out the litter. You still have to take that outside of your house and put it in the garbage can. It's still sitting in there in some sort of container.
Basically, you're saying the same thing about your pizza box, unless you're still stacking them up like the old days. For some reason, he feels like he can't let go of them. That or his urine. He keeps some mayonnaise jars all over. I like to see you get a pet, Fezzy. You need something in your life.
A pet. I'm trying to... I always thought about, maybe getting a fish. Starting there.
Yeah, that's warm. That's going to be friendly for you. A fish doesn't know whether you're at home or not.
I don't think a cat does much more.
Yeah, but at least you can pet a cat. You pet a fish and you're in big trouble.
We always had so many pets in the house when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I never really got attached to them that much. And I'm like, God, when I get out of here, I'm not going to have a zoo of my own.
That's right. Once you were 30 and you finally moved out on your own, boy, you're living your own life now.
No pets.
Shogun, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I see 241.
Hey, brother.
I just wanted to tell you about cats are more feminine, felines, and dogs are more masculine. So they say if you hate cats, you reverts back to hating women. And if
Interesting.
You love dogs,
yeah.
And if you love dogs, it sort of shows that you're more geared towards guys, so you might be a homo.
All right, so you're saying like Fez, the same way he couldn't imagine a cat in the house because it grosses him out. Woman in the house, same way for you.
Having a woman in the house would gross him out the same way.
What do you think, Fez?
With her own little box to shit in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm not going for that theory that I equate women with cats and cats with women.
By the way, Earl sucks.
But the thing is, you don't have any kind of pet, so it really does make sense after a while. So, Earl, you say you hate cats, right? And I know you hate women. Black women, you hate.
I don't hate black women, but
you won't date them.
I do date them.
But embarrassingly. I mean, I see you never bring a black woman around, and I've met a lot of white women that you're with.
Well, this is true, but I mean, I don't hate women, but I hate cats. They shed everywhere. They're useless to me. Absolutely useless to me.
Just like women.
Here is Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddy, 1082 here.
Hey, how are you?
Thank you very much. My grandma's cat was actually scared of mice. Mice run. Mice runs in the cat acts like he's going to chase it, fucking runs in the other direction.
Here's a great cat. No, I don't want to do the one thing I'm bred to do.
Exactly.
That sounds like a cartoon cat where it has to go to therapy to be able to chase mice.
What?
That's a problem a cartoon cat would have, being afraid of mice.
Was there an actual cartoon like this?
Well, I think it was when Sylvester got afraid of mice because he thought the kangaroo was a mouse.
Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez, what's up, buddies?
Hey, man.
Hey, when I got married to my wife, she had this cat. She wouldn't let me get rid of it, She gets pregnant. We go to the doctor. The doctor tells her that this cat could endanger the life of our unborn baby. They have some disease that they could give to a pregnant woman. That's worthless, man.
I've heard that before, and then I've also heard once you have the baby, they'll jump up in the bassinet and suck the breath out. They suck the breath out of a baby. We are Siamese, if you please. Bum, bum, bum. You know why they do that? They suck the breath out, right, Fez?
No, why?
Smell milk on the baby's breath. And they smell milk on the baby's breath. They just start sucking, like, give me that breath. And they suck the soul right out of the baby.
Oh, vampire.
And that's why they're saying so many of these cats out there have the souls of infants. And when they bring up crib death, cats. 100% of the time, there's a crib death, there's a cat in the house. And they can't put this together, sucking out the breath? What am I, fucking Matlock? I got to come up with everything for these cops nowadays?
Seems like such an easy thing to fix. Why would you have a cat around if you had a baby?
The other thing, too, a lot of it is the baby sleeping with the parents.
Yeah.
And this is terrible that the fucking father rolls over on him.
Oh.
Just roll over on your kid. Where women, they do not sleep as soundly as us. A man, you're like, oh, watch the baby, till the second you fall asleep. Then you're fucking snoring, you're rolling over, you're acting like an animal.
You're just so out you can't even feel a baby squirming or crying underneath you.
God, imagine waking up with that, a baby under you. How fucking bad that would be.
Oh, that's brutal.
Here is Killjoy. Killjoy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I saw this show on TV where they had a dog that only
What
had
show?
I think it was Oprah.
Okay.
And the dog only had his back legs, no legs in the front.
All right, wait. I saw that. That's not a two-legged dog. That's her best friend.
Oh, Gayle King?
That's Gayle King that you saw on that show.
Oh.
I hate when people make... Gayle King works for XM, right?
Yeah. Yeah, she's a co-worker.
Earl, I'm sorry you had to hear that. Didn't you meet Gayle King not too long ago?
Yeah, about 6-7 weeks ago.
How was that?
Oh, she's a nice woman, very nice. I met her when I escorted Corinne Bailey Ray over to the Lincoln Center facility.
You know how when we redo the studio in here, why can't we do the show at a Lincoln Center for a couple weeks?
That studio is so small. It's about the size. It's about maybe a 1/100th of the size. It's basically room for 2 people, and that's being crowded.
Wow, no Dave.
But don't they have plenty?
2 people is crowded? How could you have fucking 2 people crowded in the studio?
When they brought her in, we were all like, "Hey, can we sit in and watch?" They're like, "Well, we can only get her in and Gail," and that was it. And I mean, it was.
They are big women, though.
They're
nice.
Corinne is not big.
They're beautiful.
No.
Oh, Corinne, I thought we were talking about.
Oh, we're talking about Oprah and Gail? Gail's not big. And neither is Oprah anymore, right?
No.
I got news, but I haven't seen Oprah since '87, so I'm going to believe anything that anyone says to me about her.
She's just medium-sized Oprah now. She's not, crazy thin Oprah or, gigantor Oprah.
She was crazy thin Oprah for a while, just thin and acting nuts?
Yeah, where she when she got real thin that first time, that was just way too thin for her, and it made her eyes look bugged out. So
I think that's an adorable look.
Too crazy thin.
I really do. I like women so thin they get that swollen belly, like they're Ethiopian or something. I think it's sexy. I like when they pass out, where they're so hungry they just pass out in front of you.
See, it's just not a healthy thin.
Yeah.
It's too much.
I want to date with a woman that can't hold her own head up, where basically all she can say is, help me. Help me.
I like them thin, too. And the big ping-pong ball eyes.
Yeah.
Like a Fiona Apple, Ron and B.
Oh, yeah, I like her, too.
Oh, so attractive, so delicious, so waif-like.
Although she's, she's actually more womanly shaped than she was in her younger days.
That's true. I still watch
she would look like she was sickly.
Yeah. I still watch the one video, though.
Yeah.
Of her in her underwear in the Calvin Klein type commercial. Oh.
When she was 10.
Oh, what an attractive looking.
Yeah, that was from her first album called Cutter. And she was so adorable. There's something about a cutter. I don't know why people try to stop women from doing it. I just think it's so sexy and cute.
This is one of the sexiest songs the writer's heard in the past 15 years. This is sex personified. You've been bad, baby. I am getting a little bit, I didn't want to say it in front of company, but a little bit.
What company?
Aroused.
Is it hard for you not to say who our company is? Is that? It's difficult.
I'm talking about Sweet Sapphire.
When there's a secret. Isn't it hard for you?
He has the worst time.
I know.
I'm talking about Sapphire.
He just wants to blurt it out.
You're the worst.
And that's why your girlfriend's mad at you.
Well, I hear her voice.
You gotta be horrible at Christmas.
Talk about horrible at Christmas, that fucking ashtray of yours. Anyway, I'm going to drop it now.
Please.
I'm going to drop it. Did you see the thing with her and Quentin Tarantino?
Yeah, in fact, it was recently on, and I watched it again.
Yeah.
Loved it. I love the way she dances.
Yeah, I like
she's
it too.
Bugging out on stage, grabbing a dress, acting all dyslexic.
Yeah, I love it. Dyslexic. Like she can't read?
They were making her read on this thing?
No, like when you go into spasm, Ron and B.
It's not dyslexic.
Well, the writer doesn't know all the scientific jargon.
She's having a dyslexic fit. Help me.
Oh, okay, anorexic.
BAFGLT.
Her biggest problem is she wouldn't eat her alphabet soup. Sad.
What is that word? Can't think of it, man.
Anorexic.
No, I was talking when you have like
epileptic.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When you're epileptic, you can't read because the book's shaking so bad. That's what you're thinking of.
This is a fucking hot little chick.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. You hear the last album?
Yeah, it's fantastic. She's great.
Every album she does is great, and yet you're supposed to act like for the fact she said, don't make a big deal out of the MTV award, kids. You're all supposed to act like you hate her now. I never fell for that. Kurt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
Yeah.
Well, I just wanted you to know I happen to have a cat. I do love the cat, and it has a very cool name. Secret Samadhi from a Live album.
All right, but why do you love the cat? What makes you fall in love?
Live?
Yeah, he loves Live. He loves Live.
Hey, this thing likes to play.
Yeah. What's it do?
And you throw a little ball at it, and it actually hits the ball like it's playing baseball. It's got a better batting average than A-Rod.
All right, I would actually like that. I would like to have a cat I could pitch to.
Baseball.
You throw the curveball, and it catches it every time. And smacks.
Are you sure? Because I got a fucking breaking ball. You saw it yesterday. You thought it looked like it rolled off a table. Unbelievable.
Mother effer broke 2.5 feet, Ron and B.
Yeah.
That's how much it broke.
You know why I never made it to the bigs? A spitter. It's the only pitch I can really throw is a spitter.
I was thinking uncoachable.
I am uncoachable.
No.
Yeah. And my other problem is I always wanted to bring my own bat from home. And they hated that.
Why do they hate that?
Well, it was really more of a gun than a bat.
All right.
And I wasn't, I just tried to shoot the ball.
Yeah, it's against the rules.
That took me back to uncoachable again.
Right.
I'm just not coachable.
Gotta use the bat.
Yeah.
It's the rules.
Here is Adam. Adam, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hello?
Yeah, how you doing, Adam?
Oh, doing good. How are you, Ronnie?
None of your business, Adam.
Oh, okay. Got a question for you. How come they never came up with a mouse-flavored cat food?
I'm going to throw that one over to you, Fez. It seems like it would make sense.
Seems like it would. I don't know. I guess I would have to catch mice and kill them to get the flavor.
I don't think that's hard for scientists to kill mice. I think they're pretty damn good at that.
And I think there's been mouse-shaped cat food, but probably just not mouse-flavored.
I don't think the thing that they like about mice is the shape. No one likes differently shaped foods.
They think they're attacking real mice when they see that little mouse shape there.
No, I'm not turned off by shapes, but textures can get to me. Some things that taste good, the texture's awful.
Oh, man. Like what?
A mushroom. It's a nice taste, but it's so sloppy, and it's the way it tastes in your mouth, it's terrible. Oyster is not a great texture.
Oh, I never liked cream spinach. And I kind of like the flavor, but too warm and creamy. Makes me feel a little dirty. I don't like it. Don't
dirty. Like it's sandy or something?
No, just something about it's weird. Yeah.
Avocados like that, where it's like, it looks like it's solid, but then it can be like a little too mushy and then kind of waxy too.
By avocado, do you mean cum? Because that's the way you're describing it.
No, I mean avocado.
You know how you fuck up words all the time. And does the avocado come out of the guy's dick?
No, it doesn't come out of his dick. It's off a tree, I think, an avocado.
Yeah, you're probably, I mean, tree, is it a branch? A big branch?
Yeah.
Set of balls?
No, there's no balls on the branch.
So you mean an actual avocado?
An actual avocado.
All right.
Can be too mushy and waxy.
Ugh. And cum flavored?
No, avocado flavored.
All right. You probably do mean avocado then.
Yeah.
Earl, what about for you? Watermelon seeds? What do you refuse? Why are you mad?
Why does it have to be watermelon?
It could be any fruit. You pick a fruit.
Like when cantaloupe is too soft.
Thank you. Way to break it.
Way to stick with the fruit premise. Took you very literal.
He cannot get that far away. Whatever I talk to him about, at most he's going to just break a shade. A shade over is as far as he's going to go. And that's why you're a 3.1 and the rider's a 3.9. And that's going to drive you crazy, Earl.
I just refuse to believe it. I want to see those scores.
Bro, before I talked to you yesterday, I went over it with the rider, and I laughed at him for not getting a raise. And by the way, I told him that you got one, just to make him furious. But he came back, you said you mostly got 4s, right?
Mostly got 4s.
Except for what?
Except for, ironically, dealing with the interns.
Really?
Yeah.
That was one thing that you think you're good at.
The one thing I know I'm better than Earl, I respect Donnie the Destroyer Wicklin, but I know that I am better at leading the interns, and I guarantee every intern would back me up right now. If that was the case.
Let me go to Pepper Hicks, my favorite intern all time. Pepper.
Honey.
Yes. How are you, sir?
Hi.
Who is better leader for you?
Oh, I'm the rider, no doubt.
Really?
Yeah.
What is your problem with Earl?
Earl just doesn't do things well.
Wow. Pepper Hicks.
Nothing he does well?
He picks the show opener song. That's good.
Yeah, sometimes.
Sometimes. But the writer, I like a southern accent. All
right. Okay.
Pepper.
Go back to the hash pipe. I love the kid. No one ever fucking touches him. He keeps me in some kind of contraband I'm not about to talk about. Here comes Pitsy, the longest intern streak of all time. I don't know what he's going for. I don't know how long he plans on being an intern. It's 7 years now, Fez.
Yeah, a doctorate in it.
I'm trying to beat Stuttering John's record.
Who is easier and more difficult to get along with?
The rider is so easygoing that it's so hard to describe what a great guy he is.
But did you guys learn the radio business from the rider at all, or is it just more like hanging out? I see you fucking nodding.
No, I am nodding because
you gave him the jailhouse nod. Yeah. Don't look at this motherfucker when I'm talking to you. You're Svengali over these kids. You fucking toe-licking motherfucker. Look at you.
I'll look in the other direction.
What do you need, a little midget toes for you to suck on all night?
Please.
Well, that sounds delicious right now.
Who brought that up to Ron and B? I must inquire.
I heard it was a New Year's Eve party. I don't know.
It was a New Year's Eve party, yes,
I'm going to tell you who told me, Solera. If that's what you need to know.
Listen, New Year's Eve parties and the Rada we've known do not mix.
Right, I know.
Animals, midgets.
The 1 year you let a dog... Anyway, what about Earl? All bad stuff.
When I ask Earl to teach me something, it's just he circumvents the answer where it's I don't get a yes or no response, and he won't teach me. But the rider, if I ask him, hey, can you show me how to do this? I'll know by the next day.
All right, Earl, why can't you be that way for the kids?
No, they always ask at just a weird time, and I'm like, I would love to teach them.
Every day after the show is a weird time.
Earl, the only thing you've taught the interns so far is breakdancing. And that's fucking useless in the real world. I know you pop. I'm fucking impressed with it. But I need them to do other stuff right now.
How far can Electric Boogaloo take them?
He does a wicked head spin. What can I say?
Stop trying to be fucking funny, Earl.
But I'm more than willing.
Go back.
I mean, but I'm always willing. It's just always at weird times, and he'll even walk in like if I'm on the phone, I'll be like, I'm on the phone. I'll get with you.
You're talking with one of your bitches.
No.
Pitsy, what are you doing? Calling him at 3 a.m.? Show me how to use the delete system?
No, it's not like I bother him. It's just I don't know when he's busy and when he's not because he has the same puzzled look on his face all the time.
Right.
So I can't figure it out.
Yeah. Now, do you feel that it's Earl's fault that you've done the world's longest internship?
I don't know who else it would fall on.
Yeah, Earl is the one who... Now, I talked to Wiki about you yesterday. Wiki had no idea that you wanted to work. He says, I thought the kid just, been an intern. So, we said, put him on the fast track. This is fucking crazy talk. Earl, you're supposed to try to get all the interns gigs. If not with us, then somewhere in the business.
And
every time.
I mean, I've talked to him about it on more than one occasion. I've said nothing but good things about Pitsy.
Bullshit.
When your face
he said he's never heard of you. He said all you do is don't bring up the fact that you want to raise. That's the only thing Wiki talks to you about is anything but his raise. Then calls him later. Oh, yes. I forgot. I would like more money. How embarrassing, Earl.
Who is this?
Earl came in yesterday going, went great. I go, did you get a raise? No.
That quick.
The same as last year.
I hit the donut on the raise part, okay? What am I going to do?
2 reviews in a row.
Hit the donut? You mean his asshole?
No, zeros. I rung another 0.0 regarding the raise.
Did you really expect one?
Yes, I did.
Knowing that you came through was 3.1 average? On a scale of 5, 3.1.
Yeah, but I got a bunch of 3s and 1 4.
I got almost all 4s.
What'd you get the 4 in? Dick size?
No.
Did anybody get a raise?
Napping.
Any of the O&A guys get a raise?
I'm not sure. What did David say?
Danny just went, shh. You're an embarrassment, Earl. What'd you get the 4 in, really? Sleeping at work?
No.
I sleep anywhere. 4.
It was like
photographing trees.
Photographing trees.
These are lovely.
Or Lily.
And for this, you get a 4 for Lily.
By the way, so Earl has, for our nighttime show, Earl picked up his friend, that's a girl, Lily, who I've never met an intern so sassy, so comfortable, and with less hustle than this young lady. Where the other day she comes in like this with Fez. You can't read. I should be doing the news stuff.
That's what she says to me. That's an absolutely true story.
He goes like this. You stutter through every line, Fez. You ever spit out one line without stuttering? And this was like, his 6th hour of radio. He's just glaring. We look over at Earl, her producer, because Fez doesn't want to yell at a woman. Earl's like this, looking at her. Ah, Lily. My sweet, sweet Lily.
Was she ever spoken to about that?
Yes, on more than one occasion.
What, pillow talk?
No.
Baby, you gotta take care of me at work now, You can't be talking to the man that way.
And I will talk to her again about it.
How about, getting her to do a little work, girl?
She asked me to get her water the other day.
I mean, you know me, I'm going to have respect for your bitches, but I got to tell you at the same time, we'd like to see her pick up the pace a little bit.
And I always tell her, step it up, pick up the pace.
That's sex.
No.
That's sex talk you're doing with her.
am not doing sex talk with anybody right now.
Oh.
Or anyone.
Then to find out that Earl has a secret phone conversation with her 15 minutes after every show each night.
It's not secret. He wants the world to know. He's in love.
I'm not in love with nobody.
Why?
The lone wolf. I walk alone.
When I call Earl, I say, "Hi, Earl, it's Pitts." He's like, "Bits? I haven't talked to you in a couple years."
Bits.
And I'm like, "Earl, I see you every day. You don't know who's on the phone?"
You thought he was Bitsy?
No, I didn't. I never said that. What are you talking about?
The denials are always, they're just tiresome.
My cell phone, it has on the screen who is calling. It says Pitts right across the screen. You think I can't read the screen?
Pitsy's lying.
Yes, he is.
That's not true.
Okay. Everyone's always lying, but Sweet Taffy.
Right. And Lily.
Oh, and Taffy.
And Lily.
when he said
Lily can do no wrong.
When he
Pictures of Lily. That's all he does every afternoon. He takes an intern out and has her model. And that's fucking true. You have modeling pictures of her, Earl.
Well, it was the first day with the camera.
This is a picture of Lily with the beret.
The camera you fucking stole, and that came up yesterday on the air in front of Wiki. That you used this show.
I
to get
did
a
not.
fake camera.
I did not.
Not for the fucking host, which I would love.
Did not steal that camera, and I was taking pictures.
Speaking of which, you let me go home without those cigars yesterday too, Earl.
You know what? After the Free FM show, I asked Dave about that box because it sat on my desk. I was like, "What's the deal with this box?"
You asked who? You asked the writer.
I asked Eastside Dave
and
after the Free FM show.
You asked the writer because the writer is here to respond to you if you ask the writer. Right?
Writer, what exactly happened?
He asked. He goes. I said, "Should I put these in a cardboard box and mail them to Ron's house?" He said, "No, I think Ron's coming back to pick them up."
In the middle of the fucking night.
Say that. Did you or did you not say that?
Who packed the box, Dave?
Get me a Bible. Did you not say Ron's coming back to pick him up to carry him himself?
Yes, but Dave and you guys...
End of discussion.
No, but Dave and you guys...
That's why they weren't mailed out, Taffy.
Why couldn't you be this good in court today?
But who packs...
He got
who packed all that stuff?
I'll tell you one time. Let me defend the writer here. There's plenty of times I would have paid $50 for a piss anytime. So I think you got off okay for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so somebody's lying. It's always. Why not just tell me the truth, Earl? I don't care.
No, I wasn't even responsible for the box. They were handling it. They packed it. And I said, "What's the deal with this box?"
Keith, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Yeah.
I got a question. What is it that Earl actually does all day?
Well, Earl...
For me, I'd be fired if I had his job.
Remember, he booked someone once. So you got that going for you. His booking. He's also running the big February 23rd show. That's all you, right, Earl?
Yes.
This is your chance to shine.
The show is going to kick ass on February 23rd at the Hard Rock in Times Square. Thank you very much.
Kick ass. Although, from what I understand, you don't have a ring yet, huh?
We have a ring.
All right. I show up there, it's not a fucking ring. It's going to be interesting.
Oh, please. I'm going home.
The ring is what he calls his precious.
All right, Earl.
Everything's going to be fine on the 23rd.
Okay, brother. I'm with you. I believe in you. I'm not like all the people that work for you. I believe in you, unlike your staff. Does anybody like you that works for you?
Apparently not.
You don't have one guy that you can say, "This is my guy." Why don't you try to get to him before the writer does?
Well, the thing with the writer and the problem that was with Dave is Dave will be their pal before he becomes their boss. He'll go out and he'll drink with them. He'll hang out with them.
Pepper, how many times have I drunk with you or Nosferatu? How many times?
All right, go ahead, Pepper.
0 times, right?
Thank you.
And what about Nas? Are you keeping him busy?
Yes, he's doing a very important task for me, or should be doing a very important task right now.
What's that? Chinese food?
Ooh. Taking a very important count for me.
All right. What is that? Flowers for Lily?
No.
He went out to pick a bouquet of flowers.
Why so cryptic all the time?
One flower. Two flowers.
Hey, I'm looking at the American Idol stuff. What happened with Mikey Boy giving us an American Idol update?
Mikey Boy, the biggest American Idol fan there is, supposed to give us an update each night as he finally dives into the show.
Let me go over this with you too, Ryder. I know that you keep an eye on the message boards, right?
That's right.
Let's go message board by message board. Who would be on your side? Who would be on Earl's side? Okay.
Okay.
RonFez.net.
I'll give that one to Safi.
All right, Safi, you feel okay about that?
I'm very okay with that. And again, my name is not Sappy or Sapphire.
All right, Whackbag.
I'm going to turn it around and say the rider.
Really?
Believe it or not. I think so.
That's a shocker.
It is a bit a shocker.
Yeah.
And I can only say thank you, Whackbag.
Wow.
I know that they didn't get along with Eastside Dave, so maybe that's why they're showing the rider some love.
If they turned around for you like this, maybe next Happy Typing Girl. Maybe she'll finally get some love.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
By the way, is she coming out to the gig that night, February 23rd?
She is.
I've never had the opportunity to meet her. I can't wait. There is a rumor that you are her.
I am not Happy Typing Girl, sir.
Prove it.
I will not unmask Ron and B.
I had Melinda explain her breasts to me, so I know exactly what they look like. I know everything to know about them. By the way, the other day, she had a couple pops. She's, and when Anthony comes in, everyone starts showing off. Hey, Anthony's here. Look at me dance, right? And everybody's having a lot of fun and laughing at what Ant was saying and trying to make Anthony laugh. And all of a sudden, Melinda starts to talk about Happy Typing Girl's desk. And you look around the room, and you could have heard a pin drop. And she's just going on and on. And everyone's like, no, tell us more. What more is there to tell? Keep going. Very uncomfortable, wasn't it? When I finally found out what we were doing. Let's go to FBA.
Oh, the rider, Daddy.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I know there's some detractors, and apparently they still like my nemesis, Eastside Dave.
All right. What about RonFezShow.net?
I'll say rider.
Really?
Yes, I will.
Post source.
I'll give that one to Safi.
Nice. All right, what are we, 3-3?
We are 3-2 in favor of the rider.
Really? Yeah. That surprises me. Mm-hmm. What else we got? There's the Spread the Iris.
All the rider.
Is it?
And Get the HIV, rider 100%.
Rider, I hate to stop you here. Mikey Boy needs to talk about his American Idol. He loves the show. And Mikey Boy's our best friend. Well, Mikey Boy and Evil Ed are our two best friends right now. How you doing, Mikey Boy?
Pretty good. I would actually give the riders RonFez.net as well.
Wow. That's Put on my ugly boogly shoes and make me dance like a funky monkey now, Daddy. Thank you, Ron and Fez.net.
Mikey Boy, it seems like you don't like keeping up with your job of reviewing American Idol.
Well, you guys are calling me before, and I figured you'd call me if you wanted to hear from me.
I always forget about it because I don't watch the show. You watch it this year, Fez?
I have, watched a few episodes, not all of them.
Yeah. It's unwatchable. Mikey Boy, how is it this year so far? What's going on lately?
Well, I have no previous years to compare it to, but I hate it. And I thought this whole audition thing was finally over on Tuesday, and then they threw a whole little clip show. Last night was just more of the same crap, and at least finally we're going to a different level, and maybe things will change for me. Maybe I'll start liking the show, but right now I still don't like it. And I guess the people that really suck are going to be gone, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but we'll have to wait and see.
Well, some people seem to prefer that, right? They like the people who cry and yell.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like to see that kind of drama, as opposed to anyone being happy about it.
And it's always the same thing. Randy, you're fat ass, and Simon, you're not even American. Over and over. The same thing, like his lack of citizenship is getting even.
Well, and I've also seen, somebody sent me an article that apparently a lot of these people that really suck have absolutely no idea that they suck at all. I mean, honestly, in their minds think they're good. I mean, some of these people you would think they know that they're going in there and they're just going for a go for whatever. But I guess they're saying some of these people have mental disorders where they just have no ability to tell that they suck, and that nobody's ever actually told them they're good, but they assume they are. And then some of these people even have some kind of Asperger's syndrome where they're unable to pick up on social cues, and that's where they think they're good too. So some of these people I think are really just
out there. They don't even know when people are laughing at them or smirking or looking stunned?
Yeah, apparently. So, yeah. It explains when you watch the show and you see who knows if they're just inserting the shots of the judges during the auditions, but you see them cracking up and hiding their faces, and the people just keep going. I mean, they just
and what is the name of that? It's Asperger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asperger.
I may have that. I can never tell when someone else's feelings are hurt. It doesn't occur to me. First of all, it's always shocking me to find out they have feelings. So later on, because I always thought that sadness or pain were all unique to me. So when I find out that they exist in the outside world, It's always a shock.
You may have an advanced case.
Nice. There's Lily.
Very early. Oh, Ronnie B. Very early. I wonder why.
Yeah, I wonder why too.
She has a crush, from what I heard, on someone from the Opie and Anthony staff, Daddy.
Oh.
I can't say who it is.
Does he have his own weekend show?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, come on in here, Lil. That one is going to crush Earl. All right, anything else, Mikey boy?
No, nothing else. Nothing new. Same
all right, we need you to stop giving out tickets that exploded on us. All right, brother?
Yeah, that's fine.
You're the best, Mikey boy.
Well, talk to you guys later.
Good luck in the ring.
Won't you, big brother, big brother?
It's a Big Brother update.
There's Mikey boy with his Big Brother update.
I'm worried about him against Evil Ed.
Well, I don't think he's going to lose. Well, look who's here, young Lily. How are you, Lily?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Nice to see you here. A little rumor going on about you right now.
What's the rumor?
Having a crush on somebody from the Opie and Anthony staff, and let's just say half of the Sam and Than show.
Which half?
Sam.
Definitely not.
The other half?
No.
Why does your eye start to twitch?
That would be fantastic.
He's just really tall and really nice.
He is tall and nice, but here's the problem. Earl's been in love with you quite some time. He broke every rule by bringing you in as an intern when he had love in his heart. Aren't you worried you're going to crush your girlfriend, Earl?
My girlfriend, Earl?
Yeah. Well, you think of him as a girlfriend, right?
No, I just...
A non-sexual friend.
Yeah, he's a really, really good friend.
Mm-hmm.
A very good friend.
And he likes you.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all.
He told you before to your face, Earl, tell her exactly how you feel. You told her before on Free FM.
Well, now that all America is listening?
Yes.
Or North America is listening. No,
Yes, the fact that South America doesn't know. I can try to get another satellite up there so your relatives in fucking Chile will give a shit. Earl, meet me halfway, brother man.
No, I'll say then what I said now is like I like her very much, and she's a very, very, very cool person, and I've been alone for a really long time, and...
Oh, so that's it? You're desperate now?
No.
That's the way you take that? He's waited for you.
I'm kidding.
He's waited. No. Now he's putting himself out there.
I'm very, very, very flattered, but Earl knows that we are friends, and that's pretty much where it ends.
And it's pretty much because of your dad? You said your dad would not permit you to date blacks?
No.
Your dad would let you date a black person?
That came out the complete wrong way, and everyone thought I was just a racist bitch, but it's not his color. It's just
right.
He's my friend, and that's it. And
what if he wore a condom? Would that be better?
You're really missing the point here.
I guess I am.
Yeah.
But, Earl, you've been alone for a long time, right? You've been waiting for the right girl.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
And you think it's Lily?
Yeah, it's that time. It's really that time to find that right one.
What are you, a shad? Come on. There's not a season for you, Earl. You're a person.
Start a family. Get serious.
Would you? Me? Yeah. I'm 25. I'm not ready to start a family.
But you look so cute with little mulatto babies. They are the cutest babies.
Really
look at that Lisa Bonet. Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Beautiful skin on those people.
I just don't think you can
say
force
those
it.
people.
No, I mean the skin. Just beautiful skin.
Quit talking.
Right. Don't help. Okay?
Got it, Ronnie B.
If I need you to piss on an embassy, I'm going to give you the big, it's your turn, buddy. Run for it. Is there anything at all Earl could do to get with you? Because if he sees you with Than again, it's killing him.
Oh,
this is coming up. And
I don't know where this rumor got.
It's not a rumor. Everybody sees you guys running around together, giggling.
I saw it at Bar 9.
Bar 9. Would you say they were canoodling?
I would say canoodling, and I would say very cozy canoodling.
Now, don't get me wrong. Than's a great guy. He'd make a great catch, but he doesn't have what Earl has, and that's most of his life behind him. You know what I'm saying, Earl?
I've done some living, but I'm not just far from over.
Brother, you're back 9, at least. You've never had anyone in your family live to be older than 45. You've got to get going now.
Well, that's true. We die of natural causes at an early age. But
natural causes, a police bullet. For you, that's natural. For us, it's shocking. Lily, is there anything that you could do?
I just
what if you got really drunk?
I mean, you know, alcohol has a way of, you know, making things really confusing, but I don't think so. In the sober state of mind, I really don't think so. Earl's my friend, and that's pretty much.
But what is it that's keeping him from getting over that? I'm going to say hump with you because I don't know any other way to go with it. What keeps you from thinking about him romantically?
The fact that he's my friend.
So you would never date a friend?
Yes.
Now, your last boyfriend that broke your heart, he was your friend first.
Not really. I actually hated him before we started dating. That was the funny thing.
So it's that Earl's a nice guy. That fucks it up.
Yeah, that's kind of what it is, yeah.
Earl needs to punch her in the face to get her attention.
Now, here's somebody that wants to talk to you right now. The man that you're in love with. Take your thumb off that, Hicks. Thank you. Take your thumb off. There you go. Here's your boyfriend. Your hopeful boyfriend, Sam. Sam, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going? I heard somebody has a crush on me.
Yes.
I can't believe it.
Lily is in love with you.
How flattering.
Yeah, isn't that great?
Bring the camera.
Yeah.
This is, Lily, I didn't know you felt this way. I sensed chemistry, but I just...
You know what would be great? And I don't know, Sam has the cutest girlfriend in the world.
Yeah.
Menage with you, too. You ever been with...
She's very pretty.
Yeah, isn't she?
Yes.
Now, you ever been with another woman?
No.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know.
You said you were 25.
Yeah, I am. I guess I haven't lived...
You never wanted to?
No. Just, I don't find myself attracted to women.
Or blacks. And a black woman would be the worst thing for you.
Yeah.
Even Holly Berry.
She's half white.
That's... What if Earl was half white? What if we just put a skunk stripe on him?
So it would... The race thing is more than the gender thing with you.
Sam.
Yeah.
Would your girlfriend be interested with Lily in a menage?
I mean, she seemed to like Lily.
Yeah.
And if Lily feels this strongly that she has to, you know, come on the radio with this, I think we should arrange it, you know?
I love the idea. I love this, Sam.
I don't see what the problem would be.
Yeah.
Me neither, other than Sam's race has been brought into question time and time again on the O&A show.
Sure,
Yeah.
Occasionally that happens.
This could be a way to ease her into things.
Well, she's really pretty.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe if we all go out...
Start and kiss, like girl kiss for a while.
Yeah, have some drinks.
Yeah.
You know, who knows?
I think there's possibilities.
One of the things is, hey, why don't you just sit there and watch us fuck for a while, see if it turns you on. One of those lines always, why don't you sit next to us? Why don't you get closer? One of these things always works out if you stay with it. Now, and I call it the Sam and Than Show. I don't care what anybody else does.
I appreciate that.
Is that still, your leading show is still My Generation with Stark and Patty? Is that still going on?
The Stan and Sam Show is in development for a more regular time slot on the Virus channel.
Oh, you're in
Wow,
hiatus now.
I love it, yeah.
It's still, though, in talks only.
I love it.
Start the speculation.
Hey, how did you do on your review with Wiki?
I tell you the truth, I scored around what Earl did, apparently.
Wow.
I don't know what they're watching, but apparently I'm on Earl's level.
I don't know what they want.
Where do they find out you dropped down to end scores? That's terrible numbers.
I know. I don't know.
Yeah. All right, brother.
All right, thank you.
See you later. There's something about that kid I like. You're on your way to the right thing. Now, when you're done with them, why not give Earl a throw?
Yeah, maybe.
Or, if you want to be with a girl, and I know you like radio people, because you've been with a lot of them, the host of My Generation, Stucker Patty. I got a little clip here. Have you heard the show yet?
No, I have not heard My Generation.
This is Stucker Patty at My Generation.
Yeah, my dad used to give me chicken livers.
I like that.
That's not My Generation with Stalker Patty. That's me talking about chicken livers.
Pat, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
None of your business, Pat.
All right, well, thought I'd ask. Anyway, Lily, interested in married men?
Oh, God,
with
no.
a married guy?
No.
Well,
not a homewrecking hussy like some chicks out there.
Oh, when you tried to steal away Tenacious C's boyfriend.
Oh, God, she stole him from me.
Huh?
But that's a whole other story.
Oh, she did take him from you?
Yes.
All right, so you're on the rebound now.
I'm not on the rebound. I'm having a good time. I'm completely...
You've already bounded?
Would you like to freak him out a little bit? Get even with him? Black guy. Bang a black guy, and he'd call him.
Well, he's already got a broken leg. That's pleasure enough for me.
That's not Earl's leg. He put a splint on his dick. Didn't you, Earl?
Yeah, it was a little tough to put on, yeah, but
Yeah.
That the talk that's going to get her.
That's going to get her when you start doing that log cock talk. Women love that. She would love the fact that you would have forced her open. Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that Asperger's syndrome is actually a mild form of autism. I think it covers about half your staff there, too, because not only are they completely socially retarded, they keep doing the same shit over and over again.
Well, we went over the autism thing. We think you could be mildly autistic, Fez.
Yeah, that came up with some of my synesthesia things.
And the fact, Eastside Dave, your brain was dead for a half an hour when you were a baby?
I don't know who you're talking to.
I meant Ryder. You know why I get you guys confused?
Yeah.
Because you both wear masks.
Okay.
Ryder, didn't your brain stop when you were a kid?
That did happen to me as well, sir. Yes. The
How long?
coincidences keep piling up.
How long?
For about 15 to 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes.
So that stopped oxygen in the brain and probably has a lot to do with what's wrong with you.
Yeah.
And so, Fez's thing, autism, yours, brain damage. Earl, was it sickle cell or something like that when you were a kid?
No, it was not sickle cell.
Well, something happened to you, right?
Yeah, I had a few minor occurrences with the blood flowing to the brain, yes.
Oh, what happened? When you bled out?
Yeah.
Did your brain die?
Yeah, I was a little... I was just completely unfunctionable for about 20 minutes or so.
And you also took a 2x4 across the head at one point.
Did you see anything on the other side?
No, not a thing.
Wow.
Not a damn thing.
Even though you were dead?
Even though I was out of it, it felt more like a nap than anything else, but I didn't see any lights or anything.
So there is no afterlife. Wow. Every time, now I've had a couple guys, friends of mine, who've died, and they all come back and say the same thing. There is nothing on the other side. Nothing but cold and dark and loneliness.
Wow.
They said, think of it this way, Fez. It's like you spend the eternity feeling like you're falling backwards in a chair. That's what that one moment that you get.
See, I don't want to feel that way.
And then you feel like you're choking. We've got to get out of here. Thanks for stopping in, Lily.
You're welcome.
Tonight, the mystery guest, I'm going to say thank you very much. And now none of the boys can complain because you didn't say a word.
I like to watch things on TV.
And if you really want to, hang out with us, wait outside for Ron to come in a very stalking manner. Now I know what rape victims go through. Let me just say this to you. You just pointed at me, Fezzy. February 23rd, it's all coming down with the Rider.
February 23rd, that's a Friday night, New York City, the Hard Rock Cafe in Times Square. It's a big-ass bash.
And I'll see you on Monday. Ryder gets the weekend.
You're taking off tomorrow.
You're taking off tomorrow to train to whip David Eastside or whatever he calls himself.
Eastside Dave.
That was
It's you.
That was his 90.5 the night name. He got his radio station name messed up.
What was his other name when he was on?
He inverted it on another radio station and called himself David Eastside to sound more professional.
And did that work for him?
Not at all.
That sounds awful. What a dope.
One more thing.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
I've been told that you've been bold with Harry, Mark, and John. Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday to Thursday with Harry, Mark, and John. Satellites gone up to the skies. Things like that drive me out of my mind. I watched it for a little while. I love to watch things on TV. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of love. Satellite of Satellite
Pennington, Fez Wadley, The Ron and Fez Show.
XM 202.